Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Super Bowl 56, a recap of an amazing Super Bowl between the Rams and the Bengals. Happy Valentine's Day, whether you're single or you're with someone. We're here right now, and we're going to talk about Super Bowl 56. Did the Bengals get robbed? Did the Rams do enough to prove to you that Matthew Stafford is a Hall of Famer? Were the referees horrible, or did they do a decent job? We will discuss a lot of these things. Sarah Small with the first donation already. Before the stream even started, bang, $5. The dono on the Cash App. What a great way to start the stream off on a good note. I got the Blazers and the Milwaukee Bucks on NBA TV. No, it looks like this one's on Root Sports, and the Bulls are on NBA TV. YouTube GM in the building. Mr. Williams in the building. How are you guys? If you guys saw my tweet earlier on, I ended up staying up really late. So I've already watched the Super Bowl twice in entirety, almost like 2.5 times. I didn't go to sleep until about 3, 4 in the morning. Woke up around 6 a.m., started watching more film. Watch a little bit of Good Morning Football to see if Peter Schrager is going to steal some more of my material. Caught Pat McAfee show, Brock Lesnar breaking the table and going over what he likes to do, obviously, when he's not wrestling. So I've been watching a lot of the shows. I went back and watched the Super Bowl. Try to watch the O-line, the D-line, the guys that are making the big plays as far as the head coaches are concerned. A lot of sour fans on the Bengals side. If you an Eli Apple. Oh, Eli Apple, this motherfucker's been getting roasted, not only by fans, all right, but he's getting roasted by NFL players. So I guess that's what happens, all right, when you start talking shit about a city. Let me try to pull up an Eli Apple. I didn't get a good Eli Apple picture. They've been doing specials all across the country where you're getting like burnt toast with apples on top. As far as like a special, it's been pretty crazy. Jake Seafood and a lot of other places as well. Eli Apple is a fucking meme now. Let me see what I got here. Hold on one sec. Let's see if I can find a good one. Oh man! But I hope you guys are enjoying your day. It's Monday. Let me see here. Well, we can pull up. Okay, I got one right here, and I also got another one. One sec here. I mean, this is just pretty much what what happened in the game. One sec here. Let me pull it up. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Eli Apple, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to know when to close your mouth, all right? You got to know when to close your mouth. Not alone to an individual player if you're talking shit, all right? But then to a city and then other teams that you played for. Man, you are just getting roasted and toasted, and you're the first guy to be able to give up, 2 touchdowns, in the Super Bowl. Not a good look. Not a good look when you're getting roasted and toasted. But also, let's talk about Jalen Ramsay. I know he's the best corner in the league. This motherfucker got roasted and toasted by some good wide receivers, T. Higgins, as well as who? Jamar Chase. So we know that Jalen Ramsay's the man, but that motherfucker, I know he got pulled down a couple times with the helmet, and a lot of people were bitching, oh, what about these penalties at the end of the game? Well, check this out. If that face mask on Jalen Ramsay, obviously the first play in the second half, right? If a defender, if Ramsey did that to T. Higgins, would it have been a penalty? Of course it would have, 100% of the time. So, you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't have really had that play happen if they would have actually called that the right way. And I think the Rams probably would have ran away with it. And it's not like Burrow didn't have a chance, all right, to be able to get them into field goal range. That first play, boom, Jamar Chase down the sideline. They could have forced overtime. And if you ended up watching the replay like I did, because I've watched the game 2.5 times already, there's a particular angle that if you watch the actual footage at the end of the game where you saw Aaron Donald, all right, the Hall of Famer, and he's talking about he might walk away from the game. He might walk away from the game. I doubt it, but it sounds like Sean McVay might walk away from the game. I don't think he will. All right, but there's a possibility that he might walk away. And there's also a possibility that Aaron Donald, with his, wanting to spend time with family like Brady, he might pull a Barry Sanders and walk away in his prime. Now, if that happens and you lose Aaron Donald and you lose Sean McVay to possibly TV, I don't see it pretty much happening 100%, but you never know. He's so young. He's the youngest coach to win a Super Bowl. But if you don't have Aaron Donald, are you going to be back there again? And the chances are probably not, because there's going to be guys like Von Miller will be gone. OBJ tore his ACL. He probably won't be back. So we'll have to kind of wait and see. But as far as Eli Apple, my dude, oh, man. I mean, roasted and toasted. And it's nice when you end up being correct, in your Super Bowl pick. I haven't got a Super Bowl winner wrong in 21 years. All right. I doubt anyone that has got that type of accuracy. Okay. I got the Super Bowl MVP, your boy right there on the screen, Cooper Kupp. So I got that right. Predicted 50 Cent. That was going to be at the halftime show. About 1 minute later, once I said he was going to be there, he was. Cooper Kupp, I see what you did. You probably had the most amazing, spectacular single season, even over Jerry Rice, that I've ever seen in the NFL. That might have been the best season from a wide receiver ever. All right, incredible. All right, and also at the end of the game, I told y'all who was going to end the game on those last 2 downs. Aaron Donald. And the big one was that Samaje Perine run, okay? That big run on 3rd down where he pulled him backwards, okay? If he ends up not pulling him backwards, chances are the Bengals get into field goal range, a couple more first downs, maybe the Rams lose the game. So that big 3rd down, why isn't Joe Mixon in the game? Why is it Samaje Perine? I know you ran a guy in motion right there. If you go back and watch the Super Bowl, I got it on my DVR. It's been on NFL Network. I'm probably going to watch it another 1 or 2 times because I'm a fucking freak with the film. You know what I mean? But Aaron Donald grabbing Samaje Perine and making it inches from him and then getting that sack lunch at the end of the game. But one thing that a lot of people don't notice in that particular game, and I'll get to all the comments here in 1 second. If Joe Burrow literally had about 3 more seconds to look downfield, Jalen Ramsay was on the ground again, and Jamar Chase was wide open. And we're talking about Minneapolis Miracle 2.0. Do you remember that with Case Keenum going all the way down to Stefan Diggs? The Saints players ran into each other. Boom, touchdown, helmet off, celebration. We would have got that. The Bengals would have won the Super Bowl right there at the end of the game. He was wide open. And it's crazy because they didn't show that angle. They just showed Aaron Donald. They showed him just sack lunching, Joe Burrow. And then obviously it went into the dirt. They were celebrating. But if he would have had a couple more seconds, maybe 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, that would have been a bomb to Jamar and the game would have been over. And I didn't see that angle until I watched the Super Bowl again last night when I stayed up really late. But I hope you guys enjoyed my Super Bowl live stream. It was an amazing time. I enjoyed it with you guys. Hey, it's all about that offensive line, and now people are going to start to notice, okay? Besides the quarterback, the number one important thing to develop a team is offensive line. I mean, D-line pressure is great, and you got to be able to have those guys on the D-line, those Aaron Donalds, the Von Millers at linebacker, or if he puts his fingers in the dirt as a DN, you're going to need those great pieces of leadership and getting the sack lunches and the pressures. But it shows you, besides quarterback, offensive line is the single most important position in football. Centers, guards, tackles, left side, right side. And with all that being said, right, is with all the sack lunches and all the errors, right, these guys lost only by 3 points, okay? And they got one of the worst O-lines. They hopefully will be back. I know it's very tough, to get back the next year. But with this core, you would think if they can stay healthy and keep a good chunk of their guys there, there's a chance in the next 5 years that they will get to another Super Bowl. And in the next 3 to 4 years, maybe even in 2 years, they might be able to make another AFC championship game. It just depends on what they do on the offensive line. Amazing Super Bowl halftime show. Dre, Snoop, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar. You had 50 Cent in there as well. Amazing times, amazing games. Amazing memories. Johnny with the thumbnail. The champs, Sean McVay. I told you guys, him and Kyle Shanahan are the 2 best young coaches. Now he's the youngest coach of all time to get the ring. Congratulations to him. And congratulations to Eli Apple for being a fucking buster and Cooper Kupp for being the best wide receiver in the game. And not only the offensive player of the year, but if you look at his stat line, I think this was the best overall year from one single wide receiver from beginning to end that I've ever seen. Congratulations to Aaron Donald and the rest of the crew. Gang, gang, gang. Oh, baby. Let me actually acknowledge everybody in the room. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App, $ORION NWSF on the YouTube Super Chat right here. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, NW Sports Fanatics. And I hope you guys appreciate the effort that I've been putting in with the thumbnails, the backgrounds, the HD pictures. I'm always trying to keep it fresh and new for you guys and always adding something new. Obviously, I did studio looks, for many years. We had the old look where we were doing the NFL draft studio look a couple years ago. Then we have the newer NFL studio look, and I'll still do that from time to time, but I think it's just more easy on the eyes when I can come up with something beautiful, like you can see behind me with the Super Bowl 56 as they're getting their awards for, Super Bowl MVP. As you can see, Cooper Kupp to the next to me there, all right, waving his hand in the air to the fans. He said, hey, Northwest Sports Fanatics, you said that I was going to get MVP, and hey, your boy got it right on the head. Congratulations to Andrew Whitworth and a lot of the other studs on the Rams. And for the Bengals, I feel sorry. You know what I mean? But it shows you O-line is very key. The play calling was a little sus at the end of the game. There's some bullshit ticky-tacky calls at the end of the game? Yeah. But if you remember with that call that got him the new set of downs, and when they got in the end zone and there was offsetting penalties, that wasn't the last play of the game to end the game. There was still an opportunity to go down the field, get the field goal, go to overtime, all right, or win the game. There was still an opportunity there. Burrow had over a minute. So it's not like 15 seconds, 18 seconds. And obviously, if you want to bitch about the Rams and the refereeing and the cheating and it's rigged, all right, what about T. Higgins grabbing Ramsey's face mask and getting a touchdown? I haven't heard any Bengals fan talking about that, because if that was the flip side, if that ended up being Ramsey doing that to T. Higgins, what do you think that would have been? A flag all the way. All right, so, you can bitch and complain all you want, and the referees let them play a good majority of the time, but there was a little hold with the T. Higgins, that first play, the face mask for the long bomb. I didn't hear any Bengals fans complaining about that, and if that play comes back, realistically, the Rams probably end up winning this game by 10. I really believe that. So, you're hearing these Bengals fans, oh, it's rigged, it's rigged, it's rigged. You still had time with Burrow to get into field goal range. It's not like they needed a touchdown. They only needed 3 to force overtime. And they started off with Jamar Chase, and it was a nice gain down the sideline. But, obviously at the end of the game, you don't want to see those ticky-tacky fouls. Was that foul and penalty at the end of the game where they called it, like a PI or a holding? Was it bullshit? Yes, it was. Okay, yes, it was. It was kind of a bullshit ticky-tacky call. But where they were on the field, let's be honest, you knew they were going to score. They were going to score right there. It's not like they were just going to end up getting 3. You felt Uncle momentum. So even if that didn't play, it could have been maybe a field goal, but they would have went for it on 3rd and 4th down. I think that they still were going to get in with Cooper Kupp. He's that type of guy. It's like a Superman on his chest, like Cam Newton. You felt it. They know the ball's going to Cooper Kupp, and you still couldn't stop them. I predicted that, all right, that the Rams were going to win, predicted Cooper Kupp was going to get the MVP, predicted 50 Cent at the halftime show, predicted that Aaron Donald was going to make the last 2 plays. ESP, just like Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, all right? Holla at your boy, ESPN NFL Network. You feel me? Xavier Williams in the building. What to do? Sarah Small in the building. What to do? Bang! $5 on the Cash App. Bang, 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 bang. Before the stream even started, happy Valentine's Day. Whether you're single or you're with someone, we're grinding it out. We're having a great time. And like I said, I wanted to go over the stream, and I'm a hustler. I'm a grinder, so I'm going to be grinding pretty much, every day. You got to be able to put in that work, right? Got to put in that work. YouTube GM in the building. What to do? YouTube GM, I have a favor to ask you while I'm actually doing this stream, since you were watching it with your dad and watching it with family. Pull up some stats for me from the quarterbacks, a comparison between Stafford and Joe Burrow, and maybe from Cooper Kupp and the wide receivers like T. Higgins. Just give me some stats on there, defense, offense, some individual stats, and throw them up in the chat so that way I can highlight them. We can start off with maybe Stafford versus Burrow. Throw up some stats like you usually do. You are my stats and analytics guy, and I think that'll be a good comparison as I bring up some of the HD photos. My boy, appreciate you guys. Happy Valentine's Day to you guys. Sarah Small, we at 5. All right. Yeah, the John Madden Memorial Service. I saw that as well. I got the Blazers and Bucks. The Bulls are on NBA TV, and I was watching a little bit of that John Madden on NFL Network as well. Let's try to get to 50 on the minimum side, and we'll see where it goes. Gang, gang, gang. Elliot Evans, gang, 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 gang. A milli. I look real good today. My boy, what are you doing? How are you? Enjoying that new hoodie? I hope so. Derek Tyler in the building. I'm just trying to figure out why some people didn't like those performances. I love the halftime performance. I did too. One thing, Derek, I was seeing a lot of kind of like racist people kind of being haters and people that are younger, not appreciating, Snoop and Dre and Eminem and Mary J. Blige and Kendrick. So Kendrick is relatively newer, and then the other four are more old school. But then I was seeing something that are like, oh, why are there only black people on here? Last time I checked, Eminem is white. Okay. You know what I mean? And if you're going to be a hater thinking that is just like trying to promote, the brothers and the sisters, that is our era. And if you're anywhere between 35 and 50, that is the shit that we grew up with. And those are legends. Those guys are better than anybody that's rapping right now. All right. If Tupac was still alive, he would have been there too. But we're talking about Dre. We're talking Snoop, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar. What do you want to have? Some fucking mumble rappers up there like Lil Yachty? Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? It's not the same. A lot of these people were complaining and talking shit, or if they just don't like rap. It really was making me scratch my head too. Of course, there was great performances back in the day with like Prince and Michael Jackson. We're not going to forget about those, amazing, times. But for it being in LA, and obviously we saw Snoop Dogg bending over and smoking the J before he performed. I thought it was great. It definitely was one of the better performances. If you want to be a hater and said you didn't like it, I thought it was fantastic. It gave me old school vibes. And look at that starting five right there. Dre, Snoop, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar. I mean, the only thing that you could have done, and obviously they had to have a female in there to represent for the ladies. I get it. But if you replace Mary J. Blige with Tupac, game over. All right. Or if you added Tupac to the list, all right, game over. But obviously Tupac, rest in peace. We feel that he is passed away. Otherwise, he might have come back on that particular Super Bowl 56. But I liked it, man. A lot of people were being haters, and that's facts. Rob Navarro in the building. Let's go Rams. Ramily in the building, man. Congratulations, dude. The only thing that I saw that kind of concerned me for you guys moving forward, that this guy right here, Sean McVay, might step away. I don't know what the reality is. I doubt that someone would win a Super Bowl and be the youngest Super Bowl champ ever over Madden, Gruden, and a few others. And he decides to walk away with just one when you maybe can get back there next year. But if Aaron Donald decides to leave the game like Barry Sanders in his prime, they're not getting back there again. You got to have Aaron Donald to get there, especially if Von Miller is gone and probably OBJ with the ACL tear. Prayers up for OBJ. Obviously, I know he was crying. I know he was emotional, but you got your ring, and you ended up changing the narrative for your life forever as an athlete. Great player on the Giants, a lazy give-up player on the Browns, Baker's trash, and you revitalized your career and finding a way to get in the end zone before the tear. Let's get rid of turf. Can we all agree to that? George Kittle has got a petition trying to get rid of turf in the NFL. And I think we should too, because you see so many fucking injuries on turf, season ending. Achilles, ACL, MCL, PCL. The NBA courts have a standard. The NHL ice has a standard. MLB fields have a standard to a certain degree. But I think that we should just go grass on all of them. I know artificial turf might be cheaper for some of them to maintain, but there's too many injuries to many superstars out there. I don't like it. But congratulations to Sean McVay. Please don't leave the game. Congratulations, Aaron Donald. Please don't leave the game. And Eli Apple, I pray for your soul. You are trash. Shut your mouth. Don't be talking shit to the former teams, former players, former cities. Otherwise, you get roasted and toasted like that by the best wide receiver in the game, Cooper Kupp. And not only did you get toasted by Cooper in the first touchdown, you got roasted in the game-winning touchdown. And it's kind of fitting that that happened. Eli Apple, burnt toast, motherfucker. My God, bro, you got to be able to. And it was funny, too, because you got had like McCole Hardman, Tyreek. There was a lot of players that were going after him. I saw stuff on like Jimmy Seafood. There in Maryland, they had a Eli Apple special. It was 2 pieces of burnt toast with apple slices on top with a side of French fries. The trolling will never stop. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Mr. Williams, what to do? Gang, gang, gang. Appreciate you guys and all the love and support that you guys showed me throughout the whole season. The season's not over. The NFL is 365, 24/7. I will be back. I'm going to be grinding on this channel every single day unless I have something going on mental health issue-wise, my family, or something goes on. But I plan on trying to record every single day for 2 to 3 hours, and that's a big commitment considering most people don't do it. Most people don't have, the content to do it, the voice to do it, the passion to do it. But I'm going to be here doing NFL, college football, combine, NFL draft, maybe a little MLB, NBA, AEW, WWE, Elimination Chamber, Daytona 500, a little NASCAR, maybe some NHL. Your boy is going to be grinding it out. I love you guys and appreciate you guys very, very much. Any kind of questions or comments that you guys want to, talk about in the Super Bowl, the referees, that kind of bullshit, flag, laundry on the field at the end of the game. I get it. But for every Bengals fan or every fan that thinks that the game is rigged, they were going to score on that drive anyways. And when the touchdown happened initially, right, they called it back with offsetting penalties. And then it's not like that was the end of the game. No chance for Burrow or McPherson to tie it or win the game. There was a chance. And he just couldn't get it done because the offensive line fucking stinks, okay? Rams. And like I said, I didn't really care either way. I mean, I had the Bengals for about 2 weeks. But I had to look in the mirror and say, I've gotten the last 20 Super Bowl winners right. I got a lot of people riding on my opinion for bets. I don't want to be that guy telling you that the Bengals are going to win when I know that probably they're not, just because I want them in my heart to win because Joe Burrow is cooler than Matthew Stafford. And then I hear someone telling me they lost $1,000 on a bet because I told them that the Bengals were going to win. So you had to break it down. And like I said, I'm usually right. Not 100% of the time, but I usually have a good backbone on what's going to take to win the game. O-line, check, Rams. D-line, check, Rams. Defense, check, Rams. And then most importantly, out of them all, what is it? Coaching. Sean McVay, Kevin O'Connell, and that's 4 check marks to none. So, and with all that being said, the Bengals only lost by 3. So it shows you how good the Bengals really were. But when it comes down to the very end, and you look at this starting 5, it's almost like looking at Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, John Paxson, Horace Grant, Bill Cartwright, or even like the next team after that with the Tony Kukoc, right? And the Dennis Rodman, the Pippen, and the Jordan, right? And then the Ron Harper. Like, you're looking at a squad of just studs, and they needed that extra motivation for Matthew Stafford, all right, to show that, hey, he might be consideration of Hall of Fame at this point. He's got the ring. He was absolutely on fire. And if you saw that pass that he did, the no look that we always get hyped up about when Patrick Mahomes does it, this fucking Matthew Stafford throw was even better because it was in a crucial moment, and he was doing the no look. Boom, right in the middle, Cooper Kupp. That was probably the best no-look throw I have ever seen with the game on the line. Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, I see you. OBJ, you did your thing. You have my respect again. And Aaron Donald and Von Miller, I mean, it reminded me of Von Miller and DeMarcus Ware on the Broncos back in the day. This dominant from first snap all the way to the end. Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp, the 2 best guys on the field. Sean McVay, you are brilliant. Congratulations. You're Super Bowl 56 champion, my dude. And I know they partied all night long. And he had to do some interviews after. He looked fucking tired. I don't know what kind of drinking or drugs went on in that fucking party, but I guarantee that those motherfuckers stayed up late. And I know on Good Morning Football, a lot of those guys, like fucking the Weasel, Peter Schrager, didn't get a whole lot of sleep. He could have went to the after party, but he went home to the hotel room. I watched a good chunk of Good Morning Football. I didn't see or hear him steal Uncle Momentum on this broadcast. But again, I didn't watch all 3 hours. YouTube GM in the building. Dude, I saw somebody took a picture of apple slices and burnt toast and called it the Eli Apple. Yeah, I was just talking about that. Yep, absolutely. They've done a couple of those. Derek Tyler, Eli Apple deserved it. Shouldn't have said anything about the teams he played for. Exactly. Like, okay, it's one thing if you're like a Jalen Ramsay, right, and you're full of yourself and you're cocky and you are the number 1 corner, then maybe you can get away with it. But look at Ramsay. For a number 1 corner, that motherfucker got burnt a lot. Like, he got pulled down with the face mask, but other than that, there was a lot of plays where he was 2 to 3 yards behind T. Higgins, behind Tyler Boyd, behind Jamar Chase, and those guys are all top 5 wide receiver in Jamar Chase, top 30 wide receiver in Higgins, and top 30 in Tyler Tyler Boyd. But Ramsey, bro, for the number 1 corner, you didn't look very good. You didn't look very good overall. I mean, minus the face mask and getting pulled down by T. Higgins. I'm throwing that one out the window. But you didn't look very good. And I'm starting to think maybe you're not the best corner in the NFL. You're very good. You know what I mean? But, God, you didn't play good against the elite talent. I thought you would play a little bit better. And I know Jamar Chase is younger, but that doesn't mean that you can't hang with Higgins and Tyler Boyd. You should be able to dominate those guys, and you didn't. So I'm starting to think that instead of maybe being number 1, we had Stefan Gilmore, and he's kind of slid down. I think the number 1 corner as far as bragging rights, is up for grabs. I think there's about 5 or 6 guys that could say, hey, I am one of the best corners in the league. And I don't think it's unanimous that Gilmore or Jalen Ramsay is the best right now. I had Jalen as the best, but after watching that Super Bowl, I think there's a little bit of wiggle room. I still think he's top 3, but there might be some wiggle room depending on what we get from Gilmore next year, depending on what team he's on. Xavier Howard, Lattimore, some of these other guys that might step up. I'm interested to see what he can do. But bottom line, he ended up winning the Super Bowl, and that's a part of your legacy now. So congratulations. But it was a little shocking because I know a lot of y'all just watched the Super Bowl one time. I watched it all over again once you guys, we ended up signing off, and I did that 6-hour stream. I took a shower. I had some ribs. I stayed up until like 4 in the morning. I watched it all over again, paused it, watched it in detail, watched another half of it this morning as well. Had about 2 hours of sleep, and I started grinding away again because that's what I do. I like watching film. I like being able to break the film down. Sad performance by Eli Apple, but I enjoyed everything about the Super Bowl. And the number one thing I really do enjoy, I think, is just being right. You're not going to be right all the time, even if you're an expert, but to be able to do ESP and hit so many things on the head, Rams are going to win. Cooper Kupp's going to get the MVP. All right, Aaron Donald's going to make the plays at the end of the game. 50 Cent's going to be there. You know what I mean? It's like some of those things, it's like maybe it's coincidence, but when you're getting so many things in a row correct, you know what I mean? Like they got Tony Romo on TV. You got the Tony Romo of YouTube right here. And I think I proved myself week in and week out, game in and game out, that your boy knows football. And a lot of the haters want to get mad, but there's a reason why Peter Schrager steals my material on NFL Network, Good Morning Football, and EA Sports Madden is stealing my material as well. But you guys are the best fans on planet Earth. That's big facts. I had a great time with you guys, and it was an amazing Super Bowl, and I'm just waiting for next season to start off already again. Sarah Small in the building, YouTube GM in the building. There were several bad calls, but there's always several bad calls. The initial one with T. Higgins could have had that touchdown in the beginning. They're kind of ticky-tacky. The no call with the face mask when Ramsey went down. I didn't hear any Bengals fans bitching about that. I didn't hear any bitches about that, right? When they got that touchdown, they were just celebrating and, talking shit. And then you saw the replay, and it was a blatant face mask, offensive pass interference. But did you hear any Bengals fans say anything? They were like this, like a bunch of crickets, okay? So, it is what it is. Elliot Evans, he said, I DM'd the best Eli Apple meme, O'Reilly. All right, let me check it out. All right, let me check it out here real quick. What, on Twitter or Instagram? Probably on Instagram. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App, $ ORIONNWSF on the YouTube Super Chat right here. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below video on the YouTube page. Follow me. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, NW Sports Fanatics. It's from Ghetto Gronk on Instagram. Eli Apple. Eli Apple is the first blind cornerback in the NFL history and is known for being a better tweeter than football player. He was diagnosed with being a fucking dumbass before losing Super Bowl 56 for the Bengals. And then it says position Cooper Kupp's son, released after the Super Bowl, and it's a picture of some kind of fucked up werewolf or something. Oh, shit. Yeah, I saw him get roasted and toasted. Eli Apple is trash. Shut your mouth and play the game. And you got roasted and toasted by the best wide receiver in the game, as you can see over my shoulder. And it's Cooper Kupp, not Devontae Adams or Tyreek the Freak Hill. YouTube GM, I hope AD plays a few more years. He can break the all-time sec record if he plays longer as a defensive tackle. But, if you go out now on top, you're like Barry Sanders, and your history and all the stats and everything that he's been putting up. I think I have it on here because I've been retweeting, some things. So let me go through here and see if we can pull it up. And you can pull up some stats as well. And I know I'm a little bit behind on here, but we'll be going over everything together. But I got a couple stats for Stafford. All right, here we go. Aaron Donald. And let me bring up a nice HD photo for you. All right, let's do this real quick here so we can go over it. So Aaron Donald. All right, amazing fucking football player, Super Bowl champion. We can argue that this guy might be the best defensive player of all time, even over Lawrence Taylor, Reggie White. I think we have to start giving this guy some love, all right? He's been in the NFL for 8 years. Listen to this resume. Rookie of the Year in 2014, Super Bowl champ this year, an 8-time Pro Bowler, 7-time first-team All-Pro, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, 2010 All-Decade Team, 90-plus PFF grade every year. No one else has ever done that. And he's only missed 2 games, both not injury-related. Are you kidding me? The Super Bowl trophy was like the missing piece. You got it, my boy. And I don't think you've seen a resume better than that besides maybe Barry Sanders. 10 years, 10 Pro Bowls, and if he had a better line, who knows what record, he would be the all-time rusher, hands down. But you're going in history with a legacy that no one's ever going to touch Barry Sanders. I know there's Walter Payton and Jim Brown, and there's all these other guys that are legends, but I always put Barry at top at running back based on his footwork and everything that he did with the shitty O-line. I think, to me, Barry Sanders is the greatest running back of all time, even though I didn't get to see like Jim Brown or a lot of Walter Payton. I know Walter Payton and Jim Brown were great, but from what I saw with Barry, incredible. Aaron Donald is making Warren Sapp look like, Nutter Butters, Snickers, nothing. You know what I mean? It's just crazy how good Aaron Donald really is, and that's big facts. And I hope he doesn't retire. I hope he comes back. But I guarantee if Aaron Donald decides to retire, there is a possibility that Sean McVay, he might decide to walk away. I mean, I don't think he will, but I know the TV people want him bad. All right, they want him bad, but I mean, he's so young. You know what I mean? Do you really want to just go out on top like that? And if you lose both, they're not going to be back in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? It's going to open the door, for the 49ers with Trey Lance. Obviously, if Rodgers is gone, Brady doesn't come back. I mean, the NFC is going to be wide open. And it'll probably be an NFC team that starts to dominate. The Super Bowl next year is in Arizona. So, Kyler, I don't know if you're going to be able to, fix your issues there. And I don't know if you're good enough to get to the Super Bowl. But the AFC is stacked, and the NFC is starting to look like trash. So, I mean, especially if Aaron Donald and Sean McVay leave, I mean, there's not going to be very many good teams in the NFC, at least unless we start getting some trades or you get some free agents from the AFC to go to the NFC side. But as far as quarterbacks and quality of teams, it looks like the AFC is starting to kind of pick it up, especially if Rodgers goes to Denver and if Brady never comes back. And that's a good possibility that those things both happen. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App, $ORION-NWSF on the YouTube Super Chat right here. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, NW Sports Fanatics. Just like I said, I know I'm a little bit behind in the chat, but I like to make sure I acknowledge everyone. Message from a Golden Eagle. It's looking wide open. Looking wide open. The NFC West should be the best division next season as far as the NFC is concerned. Because with the Bucs and Saints, question marks, NFC East, Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders, the Commies, the Giants, who knows, right? The North, probably the Vikings will be the best team, especially if Kevin O'Connell can dominate there and Rodgers leaves. But then you're going to have the Seahawks. Is Russ there or not? Kyler, is he there or not? But you're still going to have the Rams. If they have Sean McVay and Aaron Donald, they'll be the best. They'll be the favored team. And then the Niners, I think, are going to be very good next year with Trey Lance. I think that they're going to be one of the surprise teams in the NFC next season. And I think Trey Lance is going to ball out. That's facts. No receivers ever had the same level of dominance in a single season and both in regular posts as Cooper Kupp. I went and broke down the film. I ended up going through all the stats and everything that I've seen. I think that out of everyone that I've watched in my life, including Jerry Rice, this was the best season that I have ever seen from a single player, wide receiver, ever. Cooper Kupp did amazing things out there. Matthew Stafford, you got to give him a lot of credit as well. Check this out. Cooper Kupp. And then, like I said, he's from Eastern Washington. No stars. He wasn't a 2-star athlete, 3-star, 4-star. He was literally 0 stars. No scholarships. He had to go to Eastern Washington. Okay. Cooper Kupp. All right. Roasting and toasting Eli Apple. All right. This guy and his skill set, Cooper Kupp. All right. He joins 1989 Joe Montana as the only players to win Offensive Player of the Year and Super Bowl MVP in the same season. He's the 5th player to win Offensive Player of the Year in the same season. His team won the Super Bowl. And if you end up looking at what he's done, all right, he won the receiving triple crown. What, yards, touchdowns, receptions. 1 Offensive Player of the Year. 1 Super Bowl MVP. Jerry Rice is the only wide receiver in NFL history to do all of those things in an entire career. Kupp did it in a single season. So that tells me right there that this was the single greatest season from a wide receiver ever, and let alone he's Caucasian. You know what I mean? This is the second coming of fucking Steve Largent. And Steve Largent was the man, all right, before Jerry Rice. And like I said, now, as you're starting to see some of these other players, we know the brothers and their dominance. Devontae Adams, Tyreek the Freak Hill, DeAndre Hopkins. It's all the elite brothers that are so good. Right? Steve Largent was the man back in the day. Jerry Rice took that title from him, right? But then now you got a guy in Cooper Kupp that legitimately had the best season that we have ever seen at a wide receiver ever. And a big credit, not only Cooper Kupp and his dad, and, teaching him everything that he had to do, working in the bedroom and doing the toe drag swag, laying the hose down in the backyard and doing the tiptoes and the toe drag swag outside. It's this guy right here. We got to give some credit to Matthew Stafford. I know some of the games have been ugly. I know he's never been the best quarterback in the league ever. I know some of his stats aren't the greatest, but he did get the ring. And if you saw that no-look pass and that drive, he has been absolutely money in the fourth quarter. They were down in all 3 games, found a way to come back in all 3. Amazing times that we live in. Matthew Stafford, you've really earned my respect. I knew that you were a good quarterback, but when you look at that squad right there, that's going to go down in history. They went all in, and a lot of people didn't like it, including myself. All right. The key pieces with OBJ and Von Miller, that's like me getting like an AB, or maybe the Eagles in 2017 getting Jay Ajayi, but even better. OBJ was already a star. Von Miller already won a Super Bowl ring in Denver. And then you got Stafford coming in instead of Jared Goff in the Goffense and making his relationship the best friend, all right, with Stafford and Kupp rather than Goff and Kupp. And Aaron Donald is the best player in the game, obviously on defense and arguably in general. But the best player on the field was Cooper Kupp on offense. The best player on defense, Aaron Donald. That's tough to be able to come back from that. And then now you're Super Bowl champions. Super Bowl 56. Yeah, some questionable calls. But the Bengals, you just weren't good enough, man. If you had a better offensive line, and you only lost by 3. So there might be an opportunity to get there again, but you can't take anything away from this amazing starting 5, and you can't take anything away from the best wide receiver, Cooper Kupp, in the league this year. And that was the best season that we have ever seen out of a wide receiver. And obviously, Eli Apple, your fucking career is motherfucking over. And that's big facts. I really enjoyed watching Cooper Kupp and everything that he was able to do. Let's see if I can try to get caught up. But again, I don't want to skip over anybody. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Let's see here. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone in the building. Alan Counts in the building. What to do? YouTube GM, McVay's already a Hall of Fame head coach. Yeah, he is. And I already told you, he already got to the Super Bowl when they scored 3 with Jared Goff. I told you he was my top 2 with Kyle Shanahan, and I think Kyle Shanahan has an opportunity, if he can figure out how to score points in the fucking fourth quarter, that they can get past the 28-3 in the Falcons and all these losses they've had in the NFC Championship game and the Super Bowl. Andrew A., go Rams in the building. What to do? Mob Squad, congratulations. The season was unpredictable. Not really. Let's be honest, Mob Squad. When you had Stafford come in, who were the 3 teams that we thought that were going to win the Super Bowl? Rams, Buccaneers with Brady, my team, right? Packers, Aaron Rodgers. So is it really surprising that you guys won the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl was in LA, let alone you guys got the NFC Championship game there and the Super Bowl? If that's not fucking home field advantage, I don't know what is. And I got it the year before, being at home at Raymond James Stadium and being the first team to win a Super Bowl at home. On the AFC side, it was the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Browns. And the Browns totally fucking imploded, and you had to swap that out with the Bengals. But you see what I'm saying? Was it really a surprise? Not really to me. We already knew that they were going to be a top 3 team moving forward. That LeBron commercial, de-aging. They had the little CGI when he was talking to his high school self. Yeah, there were some pretty good commercials in there as well. They're not bad calls at the end of the game. Bengals defense got cooked. Yeah, they were all over him. But that last one where they called it on the linebacker, that was a little ticky-tacky. So I can understand. But I think that the Uncle Momentum was already settled in LA, that nothing was going to happen for the Bengals to come back and win that. So, Paula, happy Valentine's Day, Fanatic fam. Love you. Appreciate you. How are you? Burrow just choked and Aaron Donald is just a beast. Well, I don't think Burrow choked. The offensive line choked. You got to look at the heart and determination when he got rolled up on his knee. His knee was fucked up. Matthew Stafford got rolled up on as well. Both of those guys didn't want to go out. And I'll tell you what, if it wasn't Matthew Stafford or Burrow and they were pussies, they both probably would have exited the game, and then the game might be out of their hands. But both guys got rolled up on. Burrow with his knee, ankle for Stafford, and I was shocked that both of them came back so quickly. Give them the drugs, wrap them up, get them out there, because they didn't want to be the guy that lost the game for him. So that's facts. You speak the truth. I like that. I do. And I'm a Bucs fan. And like I said, I had a lot of haters, trying to, act like I don't know what I'm talking about in football. But I got the winner right 21 years in a row for the Super Bowl. I got the MVP right, which is very hard to do. I said that I thought that, Burrow and Stafford would throw picks. So I thought that Cooper Kupp was going to be the best man on the field the whole night. He was. Got that right as well. I thought that Aaron Donald would make the key plays at the end of the game there. He did. And I even got 50 Cent at the halftime Super Bowl show. I mean, it's like you think of something and then you talk about it and you talk it into existence and then it happens. Check off the boxes. Your boy knows football. I got the ESP like Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. You feel me? AEW, baby. All right. Kettle in the building. Eli Apple's talking shit about Nolans being the dirtiest city and horrible food. I know. Stupid. They were. Said they tried to take him out of the game. Yeah, but you can't. I mean, the guy is the best player, at wide receiver this season. And I think, as you move forward, as long as Stafford is there, I mean, we might have some Steve Largent shit going on. I mean, he's going to start to make a name for himself. If he can keep playing on this high level like this with Stafford there, I mean, they're going to need Aaron Donald there. They're going to need him there. If he retires, then it's going to be a whole different dynamic because there's going to be a lot more 3 and outs. And then the defense is going to get tired. And they're not going to be the same dominant defense unless they can get someone to replace Aaron Donald's dominance. And I don't even know who you could get. Like, if you brought in like a Vita Vea from my team, or a Ndamukong Suh, which was on their team a couple years ago, it's not the same. I mean, they're pretty good. Those guys are like top 5 at the position, nose tackle, D tackle, but they're not Aaron Donald. I mean, even if Warren Sapp was still on my team and he's a legend, right? He's one of my favorites of all time. He's not even on Aaron Donald's level, and Sapp is one of the greatest of all time. I mean, it goes like Aaron Donald, Sapp is quite a few levels below, but Sapp is still, to me, out of all the D tackles and nose tackles that have played in the last 20, 25 years, Aaron Donald's the best. Warren Sapp is number 2. That's kind of how I feel, based off dominance and everything that they've been doing. Joe Fly in the building, still DRE. Dre, it was amazing. Brute saying people complaining too much about the representation of one group just shows Twitter warps everyone's minds. Stay off of it and you'll be better off. A lot of haters. There we go. Here we go. YouTube GM, Matthew Stafford. Let's look at the Super Bowl numbers. 26 for 40. All right, 283 yards, 3 tutties, 2 picks. I had a feeling that he would throw 1 or 2, whether it be tipped or just an error or just good defense. You got to give credit to Jesse Bates III, T-Rex. I told you guys that I thought the Bengals defense was going to play better than people anticipated. T-Rex, baby, sack lunches. It's 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. And I told you, Jesse Bates III was going to get a pick, and he did. He's the best guy in zone and man coverage. He's amazing. He's one of the most underrated safeties in the game. He's a ball hawk. And like I said, it still was not enough to be able to get past Matthew Stafford and the Ramley. That's big facts. So let's keep going down here on the list. But 26 for 40, 283, 3 TDs, 2 picks, 89.9 rating. Obviously not a lot on the ground there. But the one key part for Matthew Stafford, though, is if you end up looking at that amazing throw that he had, all right, when he did the no-look throw to Cooper Kupp, that was the most beautiful no-look clutch throw. I've seen a multiple angles on it on Twitter. If you want to go to my Twitter feed, I have a few retweets of it. I'd have never seen a no-look throw with so much on the line, and he ended up baiting Von Bell to the right. And you could see him. Von Bell was easing his way over to the left-hand side as he was looking right, and then he no-looked it right into the numbers, right there to guess who? The best wide receiver in the game, and you already know who it is, Cooper Kupp, and the rest is fucking history. And that's big facts. Amazing Super Bowl, man. I had a lot of fun. Exploradora, Odell Brittle Jr. I don't think so. It's the turf. The turf monster bit him. I hope he comes back. I don't know if he will come back with the Rams, but his legacy has changed forever. And I absolutely love Odell and his moxie, because the thing is, before, I wasn't a big fan of Odell. I'll be honest, because I thought on New York he was great. All right, but when he went to Cleveland, he gave up. He gave up on Baker. He gave up on the team. Kind of like Randy Moss when he went to the Raiders, right? When he was on the Vikings, he balled out. When he went to the Raiders, he gave up. When he went to the Patriots, he tried again, and then he made history, but they couldn't win that Super Bowl when they went undefeated. But Odell, no matter what you say, you love him, you hate him, his hands and route running are very good, and now he is considered another top 20 wide receiver again. I never thought he would be there again, and he proved to the world that he can get it done, but now with like back-to-back years of injuries with the knees and the legs, I don't know how many more years he's got left, but he should be back, and I hope he rehabs and comes back to the Los Angeles Rams. I wish Tampa Bay would have got him, because maybe if I had Odell instead of AB, and if Tristan Wirfs, Jensen, and if I had Godwin, I know that we could have won the Super Bowl this year, but it's all about being healthy and hot at the right time. So you got to be able to, congratulate the Rams and what they did. Brute saying in the building, what to do? Kettle is an Eli Apple, like we did something. Hey, you know how it goes. People love talking shit. Is that people complain because they don't like rappers stupid. It's always popping. The most of that shit is garbage. Yeah, I agree. All right, Joe Burrow, 22 for 33, 263 yards, 1 TD, no picks, right? He had a pretty good passer rating, but then we saw Joe Mixon with the trick play, I believe, was to T. Higgins. So we saw the play that they normally run with Stafford. So remember, I told you guys about that at the beginning of the game. Usually they go Matthew Stafford, right? Then they do a screen pass to Odell, a lateral to the left-hand side. And then you get someone going deep, which is typically Van Jefferson. He gets a 50 to 60-yard gain or a touchdown. But then the Bengals were like, I saw that on tape. They're like, fuck you. We're going to run the same play. Burrow, all right, then we're going to go to Mixon. Mixon ended up getting the lateral, threw it to T. Higgins, right? Touchdown, Bengals. That was surprising. And that gave you a little juice there if you were a Bengals fan. And they took something out of the Rams playbook, which I absolutely love. All right, looks like we got another $5 donation, and I'll get to that here in just a second. Bang! Travis Blankenship. Bang, 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 bang. Can we please hold off on comparing Burrow to Rodgers until he's 1-4 in the AFC title games? And everyone wanted to compare Burrow to Mahomes, Burrow to Joe Montana, Burrow to Brady. You got to pump the brakes a little bit. I think Brady made it look so easy, going to all these Super Bowls. Everyone wanted to kind of jump the gun so quickly, and it shows you how hard it is to get there. Just ask Kansas City Chiefs. They'll get there again, but getting to the big game is not easy. Not easy at all. That's facts. Can't wait till Apple gets signed to the Jags and say, who day? More like, who lame? Brute saying, absolutely. NFL free agency tampering period is 1 month from today. Yes, it is. Paul in the 12. I'm excited for your NASCAR and pro wrestling streams. I am too. Like I said, I haven't watched NASCAR on a regular basis in 20 years. We're going to hop back into it together. I think we'll all learn something new. And by the time the season is over, I imagine I'll probably be a pretty good, expert on everything that's going on, especially if I'm dedicating a lot of time to it. I'm excited to add something new, and hopefully we can get some more fans to join the channel as well. And that's facts. Kettle. Ciampa is trending as a wrestler, maybe because he's going to get released and come to AEW. I don't know. Cali Ram fan, what to do? Sup, fam? Let's go. Ramley in the building. Congratulations. Air Whitey, unless there's a second half collapse, congrats on beating us tonight. Orion Bucks look like a deer in the headlights out there today. This game is over. I'm watching right now. It's 96-83. 10-10 left in the fourth quarter. Hit that. Oh, brick at 3. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see, but I'm watching it as well. Finley says, LOL the Weasel. You know who that is, Peter Schrager. Absolutely. You started watching 3 years ago. Okay, we can start watching together then. Let's go. Sean McVay, in 5 years, 55-26. He came from the Washington Redskin coaching tree, just like Kyle Shanahan, the Commanders, the Commies, which are known as now. Look at the win percentage. .679, 5 playoff appearances, 3 divisional titles, 2 conference championship wins, 2 Super Bowl appearances, 1 Super Bowl win. And the thing that's the most impressive is that you got to the Super Bowl with Jared Goff, right? Kyle Shanahan got with Jimmy G. So I know they lost, and obviously the Rams only scored 3. Sometimes you got to lose before you win. You got to crawl before you walk. But you have to understand the coaching job it took to get those teams there with garbage quarterbacks. Pretty fucking impressive. And they went all in and got Stafford. Went all in Von Miller. All in OBJ. It worked out. So I can't hate on that one bit. Congratulations, Rams. Congratulations, Ramley. Of course, I would have loved for this to be my team again with Tom Brady, but I already won it last year. But, I mean, for Matthew Stafford's sake, for Cooper Kupp's sake, for Aaron Donald's sake, all right, for Sean McVay's sake, I'm happy. I'm a fan of the NFL. So I don't need to have the Buccaneers win every time, and I need to talk shit about all the other 31 teams. I am a fan of the game, and I love seeing guys that work hard, like Aaron Donald, guys that, have got a shitty reputation, maybe like a Matthew Stafford, find a way. And even OBJ to say, hey, I was a bum in Cleveland. I wanted to play with my homie, Jarvis Landry. But now I proved to you guys I'm a top 20 wide receiver again. And it made me smile a little bit. I hated seeing him get hurt, but Vaughn, his experience helped. Stafford no longer is labeled as the Detroit Lion loser. Aaron Donald's finally got the ring. Odell is not a buster anymore. And you got the surprise of them all. Cooper Kupp, right, is the best wide receiver in the game. Like, did we ever think that would happen? I don't think so. I don't think there's not one goddamn person on planet Earth that thought this kid from Eastern Washington, just north of me, a few hours away, that would be the best wide receiver, let alone Caucasian wide receiver. I mean, the Steve Largent reincarnated. And then if you compare him to like Edelman or Wes Welker, it's not even close. This guy is 1,000 times better than those guys. And Edelman and Welker were fire when they were in their prime. So it shows you really how good he is, he was, and he will be moving forward. That's facts. Cyberpunk 53. Apple got clowned. What to do? I got the Modelo's. I got the energy drink. Obviously, I'm just, grinding it out with you guys. I love you and appreciate you guys very much. So let me take a couple sips, get some more energy. I got the Modelo's to drink as well. I'll be grinding here for a couple hours, hanging out with y'all. And any questions or comments that you guys have, please do. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button. Donate to your boy if you can. It'd be greatly appreciated. All right, Cash App, $ ORION NWSF on the YouTube Super Chat right here. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, NW Sports Fanatics. Gang! Yeah, 6-hour stream yesterday. I could have went for 7, but obviously I wanted to give my voice a little rest. 2 hours of sleep, watched the Super Bowl 2.5 times already. I had a great time. Cyberpunk 53, one of the GOATs of the room. Appreciate you guys very, very much. We're at 5. We're at 10 now. I know we'll be able to get to 50 or 100 before the game is over. The stream is over with the Bucks and the Blazers on TV, as well as me talking Super Bowl with y'all. Finley. Bengals fans are salty and got too cocky about winning their first Super Bowl for the first time in forever. But America was going for him. Shit, I was going for him. Joe Burrow, he's just a cool guy. You got to think, get the gat, LSU. I mean, everything about Joe Burrow screams swag, screams cool. He's just a cooler quarterback to root for. I mean, just look at him. It's like a reincarnated of Tom Brady or Joe Montana. I mean, just everything about him. He's calm, cool, collected, but it shows you. In the big games, you need O-line. And the number 1 position in football is quarterback, but the number 2 position that a lot of people thought was D-line, thought was wide receiver, running back, tight end, or linebacker, or safety. No, it's not. It's offensive line. And it shows you. The Chiefs didn't have the offensive line, obviously with Eric Fisher and Mitchell Schwartz, and they couldn't even get Mahomes to get a touchdown. And he was considered the best quarterback in the NFL, right? They had 9 points against my Bucs team that got 31, right? Go figure. We didn't predict that. Joe Burrow only lost by 3, but the O-line was horrible. If the O-line was there, I'm telling you, the last play of the game, I went and watched the replay, all right, of this guy right here, Joe Burrow, Heisman winner. Look, he was pointing to the championship. He got the natty, he got the Heisman, almost had the Super Bowl. If he would have had 2 more seconds, okay, Jamar Chase was one-on-one downfield when I watched the replay. One-on-one. And guess who was guarding him? Jalen Ramsay. Guess where Jalen Ramsay was? On the ground. If he would have had 1 more second, or maybe 2, it would have been the Minneapolis Miracle all over again. Case Keenum, Stefan Diggs, long bomb, Saints players run into each other, touchdown, game over. We would have saw that epic play, and that would have went down in history as probably the best Super Bowl play ever if it would have connected. I mean, he was wide open. Ramsey was on the ground. Again, I don't know what happened, if he slipped or, obviously if they were pushing each other, but I've watched it many, many times. If you go back and watch it, Ramsey was on the ground again, and we could have seen the gritty, and that would have been the craziest ending besides that Minneapolis Miracle. I haven't got chills too often, but that one would have been incredible. I love the photos you show, right? I try to find the best ones. I'm the only one on YouTube that does it this way. A lot of people try to copy my style. They try to copy my verbiage, but I always try to make it interactive and fun for you guys. And even though YouTube hates on me, I went and looked at all the people that did, like play-by-play and reaction. I think we had about 1,000 to 1,100 people that watched. Every other person that did the stream that was like a bigger name was at like 10,000 views or more. I mean, YouTube is fucking hating like a motherfucker. I mean, Tom, they ended up getting, him and Perna got like over 200,000. So I don't expect, to get that kind of numbers, but I should have been able to hit like somewhere between 5 and 10,000. And you're getting people that aren't even as good as me. And I'm sitting at like 1,000. 1,100. So YouTube is hating, but it's okay. You know what I mean? We have the best fans on planet Earth. If I got to keep grinding it out, I would rather have those people that ride or die for me than 10,000 people that are a bunch of little kids that don't give a shit about football or just in there, trolling or whatnot. So it's all about quality over quantity. But goddamn, YouTube is fucking hating like a motherfucker. That's facts. But I had a great time last night, regardless if we had 1,000, 1,100, and compared to some of these other people that had more. What's new? I've always been an underdog. I've always been hated on, but I'm always going to bring the fire and the energy. Always, always, always. The Fanatic fam, you guys, the best fans on planet Earth. In my honest opinion, if AD does retire, I think the only team he would be interested in would be the home team, Pittsburgh. I wouldn't be mad at that. Well, obviously, he went to University of Pittsburgh, and that's a funny thing that you bring that up, is because if you look at Pitt, they've had some of the greatest players come out of University of Pittsburgh. You're like, Alabama, Georgia, LSU, Ohio State. Larry Fitz came out of there. I believe LaShawn McCoy came there as well. And then Aaron Donald. So it's like, it's kind of wild to see some of these guys coming out of like that lower school. And it's not even Penn State, it's Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? But if he leaves, he's not coming back. Sean McVay could go into TV, but I hope that he stays. You know what I mean? But if he knows that Aaron Donald's not going to be back, they probably won't go to another Super Bowl. I mean, unless they get someone to replace Aaron Donald or be close to that. I mean, they're going to have to re-beef up that defense altogether. But if Aaron Donald retires, I mean, he's going to go down in history as probably the best defensive player ever, right there with Lawrence Taylor, Reggie White, Bruce Smith, all those guys. I think you might put Aaron Donald at the top. I think that's a big debate, and I think you could put him up there. I mean, stats are incredible. D tackle, nose tackle, 12.5 sacks. Anybody that gets, over 8 sacks at D tackle is amazing. And this guy has potential to get 20. That's what makes him just a fucking double team, triple team, quadruple team, 84 tackles. And how many times has he been double, tripled, or quadrupled? More than anyone in the league. 38 solo, 46 assisted, 19 tackles for loss, 25 QB hits, 4 forced fumbles, 4 passes defended. And if you actually look at his stat line in the Super Bowl, YouTube GM, if you can bring that up for me, if you can find it, he had a pretty good stat line as well. EMC 84, Rams are going to be a force for the next 3 years. Pump the brakes. If Aaron Donald retires, they won't. And if Sean McVay leaves, they won't. You know what I mean? It'll be open for the Niners and a few other teams. If Rodgers leaves, Brady's not there. But if we get Russell Wilson or Deshaun Watson, it could end up being like the Buccaneers, the Niners, the Vikings, the Saints. I mean, depending on who the Saints have. But the NFC is wide open. AFC is the top dog as far as talent. You know what I mean? Especially if these moves happen. All right. But I don't think the Rams are going to be a force for the next 3 years because there is a good chance that one or both will retire. I don't think Sean McVay will retire yet. He's too young. You know what I mean? He's too young. You know what I mean? But Aaron Donald going out on top, knowing that you're probably not going to get there and win again, more than likely, even if you have the same exact team, which you won't, I think that this would be a thing to consider walking away early in your prime, like Barry Sanders, and then your legacy grows when you leave on top, like Sandy Koufax, Barry Sanders. These guys could have played for another 5 to 10 years, and they walked away. Walking away on top. You might get that. But I think Sean McVay will be back. And if he's back and they can find some defensive replacements for Donald and Miller, there still will be a top 3 team in the NFC, but maybe just not number 1. That's facts. Is Stafford going to take a pay cut? I imagine he would. Well, Stafford is borderline top five quarterback. Well, this season, he had the most interceptions with Trevor Lawrence, 17 in the regular season. But with that being said, if you actually look at his stats in the fourth quarter, in the red zone, and you look at a lot of the things that he did, pretty amazing. And I'll bring up some of the stats here for, Matthew Stafford. Stafford was clutch all season. Second quarterback. All right, let me bring this up here, and I'll give you a nice HD photo of my boy here. All right, Matthew Stafford. All right. Matthew motherfucking Stafford. Look at that guy right there, okay? Look at the skill set. Look at Matt. All right, Detroit Lions has gotten shit on over and over and over again. Second quarterback in NFL history with 3 game-winning drives in the postseason. Highest QBR in the NFL in the fourth quarter in 1-score games. And this is the most impressive. 14 passing tutties, 0 picks in the fourth quarter. No wonder he won the game for them. It almost reminded me of Joe Flacco when he went on his amazing run in the playoffs, remember, with Ray Lewis? He didn't throw a pick in the entire playoffs, and he made a name for himself. He never will be known as a Roethlisberger or a Brady, but that 1 year, Joe Flacco in the playoffs, just like Aaron Rodgers and a few of those guys had their amazing runs, Breeze, Rodgers, Flacco, and then you're going to remember this Matthew Stafford year for years to come. Amazing. I mean, in the clutch, no look passes. And then it also helps when you have the best wide receiver in the game. It was almost like a Joe Montana, Jerry Rice all over again. Even though we were talking about Joe Burrow being Joe Montana and Jamar Chase being Jerry Rice, maybe we should have started talking about maybe more Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp, because they're going to go down in the history books, all right, as legends of the game. And you know who else is a legend? Eli Apple, for being the biggest buster in the NFL of all time. Eli Apple, 2 pieces of burnt toast, sliced apples, and a side of fries. This guy is getting fucking roasted by everyone. My God. Will the Thrill in the building. What to do? Hopefully you're feeling better with COVID, all the way from Scotland. I hope that you're feeling much, much better. My dude, how are you? Shep, my boy. What's good? I talked to you earlier today. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day. Hopefully you're settling with your new car, your Mustang, and your new home. I love you, and I appreciate you. One of the GOATs of the channel, Shepard Williams. STL Rocks in the building. What to do? Air Whitey in the building. What to do? Everyone's in here. I mean, some of us are celebrating. We're not, I mean, me and my girlfriend, we're not. We're going to end up probably doing like Red Lobster. We're going to do something probably on the weekend, like on Friday or Saturday. Money's a little tight. You know, we got a lot of bills, and my cell phone bills due like in a couple days. So, you know, boys, I'm hustling and I'm grinding. We just got a lot of bills and a lot of shit on our plate. You know what I mean? So we figured, you know, we'll just hang out, take it easy. I'm going to grind, and like I'm going to keep putting in work every day. And then, like I said, around maybe Friday or Saturday when it's like settled down, because we're still in COVID protocol. I don't really like going out to restaurants that much, but we're going to end up probably going to Red Lobster, get the lobster tail, you know, shrimps, crab legs, Jameis Winston special, you know what I mean, and have a good time with it. But today we're just kind of taking it easy, and I'm grinding on here because that's what I do. I'm the hardest working motherfucker on planet Earth. Who else is going to do a 6-hour fucking live stream on YouTube? That's facts. There's only one person I could compare Donald to, and that's Reggie White, the minister. But Reggie was more of a DN, though. You know, Donald played D tackle, nose tackle for the most part, so I compare him to Warren Sapp. You know what I mean? And there's a few other guys that were great over the years, you know, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, right? But Reggie White obviously was better than Bruce Smith. But Reggie White, Aaron Donald, and Lawrence Taylor, I think as far as dominance factor, those might be the 3 most dominant defensive players, not naming the guys from like the 70s, like Jack Lambert, and some of those old school guys from back then. But in the last 30 years or so, Aaron Donald, Reggie White, Lawrence Taylor on cocaine, and in the hookers, that was the 3 most elite defenders in the NFL. Uh-oh, Brute Saint. TMI, my dude. Oh, TMI, my boy. YouTube GM in the building. Cooper Kupp. Woo, look at this. 178 receptions. Look at the yards. My God. Look at the yards. Look at the yards. And that's why I thought that he was going to win the MVP. And some of y'all laughed at me. You say it's going to be Stafford. It's going to be Burrow, you fucking idiot. Well, it looks like Orion isn't an idiot and called it right on the head again. Look at that. Look at the targets. Look at the yards. Look at the touchdowns. And then 2 tutties, which I predicted as well. I knew he was going to get in. You know what I mean? I thought that OBJ had a good shot to get 1, but I knew that if they were going to win the game-winning touchdown was going to be Cooper Kupp, and I called that as well. So it feels good to be right. I'm not going to be right all the time, but in the Super Bowl, that's 21 in a row for me. 21 in a row. I've helped a lot of people win money. I hope my bank account starts going up because I know I got a lot of shit to pay for in the next few weeks. That's facts. Elliott is the GOAT. He stole Colorado. What to do? Since sorry, there hasn't been any updates on the Tigers, guys. 1 session out of 6 due to COVID. Yeah. Hopefully that you can get back out there. Obviously, you're out there overseas, and hopefully you can get out there and get some of that fresh air. And I hope you feel better and get better sooner than later. All right. YouTube GM, that's no problem, man. You got to look for the mistakes. I appreciate you. And I know that you were hanging out with the fam. A lot of people were busy, but we had a good turnout for the Super Bowl, even though it should have been much, much higher. But, haters are going to hate. If YouTube wants to hate on me, I still got the best show, I feel, on YouTube. If you want to be able to have a great fan base, fanatic family, you're going to have the energy, you're going to have the knowledge, and we just have a cool group of people here in the fanatic fam, and that's facts. Appreciate you very much, man. I look real good today. My boy, Travis, bang, $5. He said, can we get compared to Burrow to Rodgers until he's 1-4? Yeah, and it's going to take time. You got to think, Rodgers has 1 Super Bowl. Breeze, 1 Super Bowl. Russell Wilson, 1 Super Bowl. We got to pump the brakes a little bit, and there's going to be time for Burrow to get back, but don't expect him to get back next year. It's possible, but like I said, we thought it could have been the Bucs and the Chiefs. It just doesn't work out like that. Like next year, it could be, I'll throw out 2 names. It could be the Buffalo Bills and the San Francisco 49ers. Trey Lance balls out. A lot of people leave. Aaron Donald maybe retires. Rodgers goes to Denver. Tom Brady doesn't come back, and we don't get a good replacement. And maybe the Niners overachieve and get to the Super Bowl with Kyle Shanahan. And maybe the Buffalo Bills finally get a running back like a Jonathan Taylor, a Josh Jacobs, and they go. So I'm just throwing names out there, but we could get something like that next year. That's what makes the NFL so special, and that's big facts. Paula in the building. Elliot in the building. I'm getting caught up here, guys. I'm getting caught up. Closer, closer, closer. Forbidden alchemy. You can feel it, as Schrager would say, stealing my shit. Come on now. V-Man, bang, $5. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Bengals fans complaining about the refs. They don't have an O-line made of wet cardboard, and it doesn't get to that point. Exactly. Them bitching and complaining about that call at the end, which was not a good call, right? It wasn't a good call, but that wasn't the last part of the game. All right. And then this to Jalen Ramsay. Did you hear one Bengals fan mention or bring that up? Zero. Crickets. Okay. You guys got away with one right there. And if that didn't happen, chances are the Rams would have got, a little bit further ahead. And I assume that they probably would have won by like 9 or 10. But when everything goes your way, you don't want to bring it up. But as soon as you feel like you get cheated, you get all the conspiracy theorists. Oh, it's rigged. It's rigged. It's rigged. Your O-line was trash. All right, let's be honest. That's the reason why I didn't pick you to win the Super Bowl. O-line, D-line, and like I said, I have my methods. There's a reason why I'm 21-0. All right? Andrew Whitworth, Walter Payton Man of the Year. Him winning the Super Bowl. Is it a surprise? Fuck no. O-line, check. D-line, check. Defense, check. Coaching, check. Check. Where's the Bengals? Where's the check mark for them? There wasn't one. And there you go. And they only lost by 3. So that shows you, even though that they were outmatched, with the O-line, they played very good overall. I was impressed. What are we at right now? 15? All right, man, 35 to go. We can get there. We can get there. V-Man in the building, Jets in the building. I love having fans from all over the world, all over the U.S., from LA to New York. Jets, Jets, Jets in the building. What to do? Forbidden Alchemy. Joe Burrow so humble at the end. It showed, yeah, I saw that. Yep. And then I saw he ended up going to a concert, obviously, later on that night with his favorite artist. He was on stage. Day and night. You already know who it is. Kid Cudi, baby. So at least that probably made him feel a little bit better. But, you got to have an offensive line. Besides quarterback, the most important position is offensive line. That's facts. Yes, the dig sideline touchdown. That was fucking wild. That was crazy. That was the most unbelievable finish to a game that I have ever seen in my life. That's facts. So you got the best QB in the game and some weapons, but it all comes down to great defense as well. Defense wins games. Defense wins championships. And a great example of it was at the Buccaneers and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. All right, you want to go back to that, right? Best quarterback in the game that year. Best tight end in the game that year. And still to this day, Travis Kelce, the best wide receiver besides Devontae Adams at the time, right? And they couldn't even get a touchdown. Not even one. How is that possible? Number 1, number 2, number 1 in his position, number 1. And then 9 points. It's all about the O-line. You have to have that type of protection for those guys. So you can still be number 1, but if you don't have protection, it don't mean shit, dude. They really needed Eric Fisher and Mitchell Schwartz, and they didn't have it. That's facts. I've seen how AD works out. It looks more intense than a world war. No wonder he's a freak. Yeah, and like I said, I've never seen anyone work out harder than him. Motherfucker's got like an 18-pack. Some of us are just trying to get a 6-pack, right? And I'm not even there. I got a six-pack of a keg. I got kegs down here, instead of fucking beer cans. You know what I mean? I mean, he's got fucking like a 20-pack. It's crazy how hard he looks like he does drugs. He looks like he does like PEDs or steroids, even though I know he doesn't. Wild. And I hope he doesn't retire, though. But if he does, what a great career for Aaron Donald. That's facts. Forbidden Alchemy. It's a beast mode career highlights. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Get the Skittles, baby. Aaron Donald, here we go. 56 stats. Let's bring this up here with the HD photo, baby. Okay, let's see. Aaron Donald. 2 sack lunches. It's 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. 4 combined tackles. 3 solo tackles, 1 assisted, 2 tackles for loss, 3 QB hits. But the MVP, right, besides, Cooper Kupp, was Aaron Donald. 3rd down and 1. They went to Samaje Perine, dummies. They put a man in motion, and he had to grab him by the hips and pull him back. They were 6 inches away from getting the first down and probably tying or winning the game. Aaron Donald grabbed him by the stomach and said, get the fuck over here. Stopped him. Should have been Joe Mixon. Probably would have been a first down. Okay. Next play, got the sack lunch on Burrow. It's 12 noon. You know what time it is. It's time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. And he saw Burrow go down, tried to flip it as he got twisted around. But at the end of the day, you knew that this guy was going to be victorious. Aaron Donald, the most dominant defensive player I have ever seen besides Reggie White or Lawrence Taylor. The best D tackle ever. The best nose tackle ever, hands down. Look at the starting five. Look at the trophy. I'm really happy for him, man. I'm really happy for him. Said Vanessa Bryant was in Dangerous and Wife Sweet. I seen a lot of people. LeBron was there. Bieber was there. I saw J-Lo and Ben Affleck. J-Lo was dancing. Ben Affleck looked out of a kind of like out of the element. You know, he had like some kind of like seltzer in his hand as J-Lo's dancing out there. Halftime show was lit. But, you know, some people love music and other people, they just don't have the same feeling. Stafford's arguably the clutchest quarterback ever. He plays really good overall, even though he does have some dumb picks, but in the clutch, I don't know if there's been a better QB. Well, maybe this year. I mean, there's a lot of clutch QBs. Joe Montana, I feel, is more clutch than Stafford. I mean, to me, Tom Brady's number one. Joe Montana's number two. Peyton Manning, number three. I mean, I think I would go that route. But this season, super clutch, you know, in the main moments. And like that stat line that I read to you, you know, with Matthew Stafford, I mean, I don't think I've seen too many guys that have put up stats like him. You know, Matthew Stafford is fucking unbelievable. All right. Second quarterback in NFL history with 3 game-winning drives in the postseason. Highest QBR in the NFL in the fourth quarter in one-score games. 14 passing TDs and no picks in the fourth quarter. And he needed that clutch no-look pass to Cooper Kupp. And goddamn, it was better than the Mahomes no-look. And with the game on the line, reading Von Bell, and you know, Von Bell was cluing, trying to look at the eyes. He looked right. You saw him shift over that direction, and then he did the no look, and it was right on the numbers to Cooper Kupp. I don't think I've seen a better clutch play than that. That was huge. Big, big play. Big, big play. I do have a Sapp jersey. I have a Sapp, Simeon Rice, Keyshawn, Doug Martin, Doug Williams, Creamsicle, Devin White, 2 of them. I got a lot of jerseys. I do have a Warren Sapp, but it's not sewn. It's a screen print, because obviously that's what they offered, more of them back then. It wasn't really accessible to get a lot of the sewn ones unless you got them online. And I had a couple shops here in Oregon that I would go to, like Just Sports, which I don't even think they exist anymore. I would go get my jerseys and hats there. But that was one of the jerseys that I had right before the Super Bowl, the Warren Sapp and the Keyshawn Johnson. Those were like one of the first jerseys that I ended up having for Tampa Bay way back in the day. I believe those were my 2 first, red Keyshawn Johnson and a white Warren Sapp. I still have them to this day. That's facts. Sarah Small, Reggie White. Yes, sir. Rest in peace. The minister. I'm king of my heart of hero me. Rams victory in the NFL. What to do? How are you, my dude? Gang, gang, gang. Yeah, it's whatever you want to see, man. You know, if you want to throw up anything, OBJ, Cooper Kupp, defense, whatever you want. You know, you've already done a good job there. I appreciate you. Eagles John, Reggie White played nose in the 4-6, right? 4-6 defense. They had the Buddy Ryan. Remember that? Chicago Bears. Obviously, they made 85 Bears. Da Bears. You remember with Singletary, Richard Dent. Yeah. Yes. Kind of similar in that way. I remember watching him a lot. I mean, he could play nose. He could play DN. Reggie was so dominant. I mean, it's the same kind of dominance you saw with Aaron Donald now. And Reggie would get double and triple, and you couldn't stop him either. With Lawrence Taylor, he was on cocaine. He was on drugs. So I don't really put him in the same category. He was a freak, but, I mean, he was, like, drinking and on drugs. I mean, it wasn't really natural. I feel with, like, Reggie White and Aaron Donald, as long as Aaron Donald doesn't get pinched for, like, steroids or PEDs, I think Reggie White and Aaron Donald will go down in history as, like, the 2 best at really what they do on defense. You know, if Lawrence Taylor didn't do all the cocaine and the drugs and the drinking and the hookers, then maybe I could put him up there. But I still put him up there because it is Lawrence Taylor, and that's facts. Holly Hundo in the building. What to do? How are you guys? Appreciate you very, very much. Alan says, Cowboys might be there in the next 10 years. I know Cowboys fans are hoping that. Forbidden Alchemy. Face mask on Ramsey almost turned me against the Bengals and root for the Rams. You just wanted to make sure that you had a good game. Yeah, we all are thinking about you, Alan. I hope things are getting slowly but surely better. We are here for you. If you need anything, you can reach out to me at any time. It's always rigged when you don't like the outcome. Yep. I call it the bounty gate effect. Trying your hardest to discredit another team's hard-earned win. LOL. Same with every other Super Bowl under the sun. Right. It's like young Nola, right? You know, instead of like Like, let's say, we won in the playoffs and you guys beat us twice in the regular season. I can say, hey, you guys beat us in the regular season. You beat us by more than 10 in week 1. Week 9, 38-3. Did you hear me complain and say it was rigged? You guys beat our ass. But then we got you in the playoffs, and instead of Nola being able to give me credit where the Bucs played good, what did he do? Complain that it was rigged. Roger Goodell, Jared Cook sucks. He went on Instagram and got booted by trying to talk shit to him. Like, this is real immature behavior. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of fans that are like that just love to do the blame game, point the finger. Instead of pointing the finger at your own team, your own coaching, your own players. It's just sad, man, but it's true. I hate when I hear people say that shit. You know what I mean? It just gets old real quick. That's facts. Holly said, doing okay here, Alan. It's been a rough day. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully this stream makes things a little bit better. I've been putting a lot of time and effort with a lot of the HD photos and everything that I'm putting together. Obviously, we had an amazing Super Bowl halftime show. Hopefully things get a little bit better for you, Holly Hundo. All right, we saw the halftime show was lit. We had an amazing Super Bowl. All right, OBJ looks like he had an ACL tear. Prayers up for him. Burrow and Stafford, amazing Super Bowl 56. Johnny with the thumbnail, great job by him. Super Bowl champ, Sean McVay, the youngest coach in the NFL to win the Super Bowl. Super Bowl MVP, Cooper Kupp, your boy called that as well. Eli Apple, you are burnt toast every day, all day for the rest of your life. Aaron Donald finally gets his Lombardi. I see you. And a starting 5 of these 5. Who is better than these 5 this year? Nobody, especially in the playoffs. Stafford was lit. Cooper Kupp, the best wide receiver. OBJ started to shine. Von Miller really was a great 1-2 punch to Aaron Donald, and the rest is history. And now you're champions of Super Bowl 56 and the NFL. Congratulations, Los Angeles Rams. Big facts. Lawrence Taylor's workout regimen was hookers and blow. Yes, it was, like I mentioned. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. I love you, and I appreciate you. Tom Brady to the Niners. LOL, please, not going to happen. I know we would really hope that would happen at some point, right? That would be great if we could end up getting that at some point, but I know he rooted for them early on in his career. But like I said, at this point, it's going to take some time. Okay, here we go. So Sarah Small, bang, $5. I appreciate you. Oh, Callie Ram fan, $15. Man, it's not, some of it's coming up on here. I apologize. It took me some time to get on here. All right, Callie Ram fan, I saw that. I appreciate you. He said, hey, I sent you 15 on the Cash App. Thank you. I got my cell phone bill. I won't lie, it's due pretty soon, like in a day or two. And I don't want my phone to get turned off. I got, obviously bills and things to, pay and whatnot. I know Paisley's dog food is starting to run out. Since we're feeding her a cup in the morning, a cup in the afternoon, and a cup in the evening. A bag of dog food goes really quick. I don't know if you guys have puppies or dogs or cats yourself, but it's crazy to see how quickly dog food runs out when you have a pet and you're like increasing their food load as they're getting older. She's still young, 5 to 6 months, but I try to spoil her as much as I can. Callie Ram fan, thank you so much, man. I'm going to put it on here on the chat, so give me 1 second here. $15 dono on the Cash App. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. I said bang bag. Oh, so let's do that. Let's make sure we don't do that. It was a gang bang on the one. I got to make sure I do the spell check before I do the bang bang on here. No gang bang, no bang gang, no bang bag. I got to make sure I get it spelled right for you guys. Okay, here we go. All right, and I'll get everything caught up. I'll get caught up here sooner than later. Bang! Callie Ramfat, $15. Appreciate you very much, man. And is that your first donation to me ever? I believe it is, right? I think that is your first donation to me. Oh, there we go. Wealthy man. Oh, baby. He says, sup, homeboy from Prayer Man 2009. Bang! $10. Appreciate you. Now I got to type this in. I just like to make sure everyone feels special. I don't like to go all the way to the recent comments. If I can get caught up eventually, I will. But I want to make sure I read everyone's comment. You guys are all important to me. I love you guys and I appreciate you guys. And I know other channels don't do this. And I think that's why people really like this channel, because I don't really skip anybody. I really want to make sure that every single person feels important. And that's important to me. So I love you guys and I appreciate you guys very much. There we go. There we go. Bang! Prayer Man 2009, $10 dono on Cash App. Fly, Eagles, fly. Appreciate you very, very much. I'm just trying to get all caught up with these. Looks like, there's another one. Bang! $5. Eagles, John. All right, I'm just trying to heart all of the Cash Apps here. Thank you, guys. And I know that you guys probably donated quite a while ago, and I was just trying to get caught up with everyone else. Thank you for your guys' patience. You know I will shout you out, and I will make sure that you feel special because you guys are special to me. Bang, bang, not bang, bag. Come on now. Bang, bang, B-A-N-D-G-H. Come on now. Come on, spell check. Come on, Orion. Here we go. Bang! Eagles John, $5 foot long. Eagles John, Steven, my boy, representing Delaware to the death. Let's go. Appreciate you. So that puts us on $35 on the Cash App. I don't know if and then we got a few donations on the YouTube Super Chat. What are we at? Are we at like 45? Something like that? 45 or 50? Something like that. I know, Sarah, we can add that up as we go, but I know we're at 35 on the Cash App if that helps you, and then you can scroll up and see how many we've had there as well. So let me go back to the donos here, and let me go back in the comments to make sure that I don't skip anyone, because like I said, I wanted to be able to go through these, and I'm getting caught up as much as I can. Loyal Rammy's in the building. Congratulations. Okay, here we go. There's the Cali Ram fan. Thank you so much. I think that is your first dono to me. Appreciate that I've earned your respect enough to donate to me. And the donos go a long ways. The money doesn't get wasted, okay? You know, it all goes towards bills. My dog, Paisley. Like I said, I got to go to the store. We ended up getting some amazing soup that we had for dinner from one of these kind of like higher end restaurant places for me and my girl. We're going to end up probably going to like a Red Lobster on Friday or Saturday. So we're not really celebrating Valentine's Day just because money's a little tight. And obviously, as you guys know, if you go to like a restaurant, there's still COVID going on. And it's going to cost some money. So if we end up going to Red Lobster, I imagine it's going to cost like $100 to $200. I was looking at Jimmy Seafood in Maryland. They have these amazing crab cakes that are famous, right? And you can get it shipped overnight. But it costs like $200 depending on what kind of order that you want to put in. But I'm thinking at one point or another, after I end up giving my gifts to a certain people like Sarah Small, Holly Hundo, Shep, there's a few of you that I want to be able to take care of once I start getting my YouTube money from last month. It's a pretty good check. Once I end up getting that in about a week, then I'm going to start sending some of the gifts out for some of the real important people to the channel. All you guys are important. Don't get me wrong, but some of y'all have gone above and beyond, and I want to make sure I take care of you guys as well. Love you guys and appreciate you guys very much. Oh, your cat? Uh-oh. I hope that you're okay with that. Hopefully your cat is okay. And like I said, if you have a cat or a dog or anything like that, cats and dogs are family. And like I said, I had an issue about 2 months ago when we just got Paisley, and she was throwing up, and she was, had some issues, going poop, and throwing up. And, it definitely worried me. And she was sick, overnight. And I didn't go to work on that particular day. And, I had to make sure that she was okay. And I totally understand. You want to make sure that your pets are all right. Like I said, it's a big part of our lives. It's facts. Loyal Rammy, even you think AD is the best? Of course. Dude, I'm not a hater. You know what I mean? Of course, you guys beat me. And it doesn't feel good to get beat. But I had the Bengals. But I smartened up. You know what I mean? That's why I've gotten 21 Super Bowl picks in a row, right? Okay, I got the Rams. I got that check mark. I said Cooper Kupp was going to win the MVP. I got that check mark. Okay, I said Aaron Donald would make the big plays at the end to win the game. I got that check mark. And I even got 50 Cent in the Super Bowl halftime show. You know what I mean? I got a lot of things correct, and it feels good to be right. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be right all the time, but there's a reason why I've gotten 21 Super Bowls in a row, right? And that's rare. It's hard to be able to get that many in a row, right? I even got the Eagles in 2017. I said that they were going to win big. A lot of y'all laughed at me. And I said they were going to win by 9 or 10 or more, even though they were going against Tom Brady. And I'm not an Eagles fan. And then once the Eagles fans saw that, they've been riding with me ever since. So I feel that my reputation, obviously, my words speak for themselves. My actions speak for themselves. And congratulations, man. You know what I mean? That fucking Super Bowl, Sean McVay, there's rumors that he might walk away, go to TV. There's rumors that Aaron Donald might walk away from the game, spend more time with family. We'll see. I mean, it's more likely that this guy walks away from the game. I think Sean McVay can come back. But in all regard, Eli Apple's fucking burnt toast. Cooper Kupp is the man, and Cooper Kupp is the best wide receiver in the game. And let alone that, right? His season that he had was fucking incredible. It was fucking incredible, the season that he had. I have it on my Twitter timeline. It looks like we have some more donations that I'll get into as well. But on my timeline here, let me bring it up if I have it. But the stat line was just crazy. Let me bring it up. I had some good Stafford stats. I don't know when you got in the room here, but I have the no-look pass to Cooper Kupp. My God. Aaron Donald resume. Let's go over to Aaron Donald real quick as well. Aaron Donald, okay? Rookie of the year in 2014. Super Bowl champ this year, 8-time Pro Bowl, 7-time first team All-Pro, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, 2010 All-Decade Team, 90-plus PFF grade every year, and he's only missed 2 games, both not to injury related. This guy's a GOAT. He's a Warren Sapp, but 100 times better. And I'm a Bucs fan saying that, so that means a lot, right? Cooper Kupp joins 1989 Joe Montana as the only players to win Offensive Player of the Year and the Super Bowl MVP in the same season. He's the 5th player to win Offensive Player of the Year in the same season that his team won the Super Bowl. But I even got a better stat for you for Cooper Kupp. You already know this, Loyal Rammy, because you're old school. You're an OG like me. This is the best year from a wide receiver ever. Okay? Cooper Kupp in 2021, 2022. He won the receiving triple crown. Yards, receptions, touchdowns. Won Offensive Player of the Year, no doubt. I picked him as Super Bowl MVP. Some of you guys laughed. Said, no, Orion, you idiot. It's going to be Stafford. No, Orion, you idiot. It's going to be Burrow. I said, no. Those guys are going to throw picks. I think Cooper Kupp is the best player on the field, not named Aaron Donald. Boom. Correct again. 1 Super Bowl MVP. Jerry Rice is the only wide receiver in NFL history to do all of these things in an entire career. Kupp did it in a single season. Won the Triple Crown, Offensive Player of the Year, and Super Bowl MVP. Jerry Rice did it in a career. Cooper Kupp did it in 1 single year. Cooper Kupp, this is the single best season at a wide receiver that we have ever seen. It was like Steve Largent reincarnated, all right? It was like Steve Largent reincarnated into Cooper Kupp, but better. I mean, Steve Largent was the guy before Jerry Rice. I mean, some of y'all are too young to even know who the fuck Steve Largent is. But before Jerry Rice, there was Steve Largent up in Seattle, okay? He was the best wide receiver in the game. And now you got a guy that you can be really proud of. You know, Eastern Washington, just north of me here in Oregon, you know, didn't have any offers. Was a 0-star recruit. Not 1 star, 2 stars, 0 stars from Eastern Washington. I'm really happy for him, man. And his dad was a big part of it. You know, my dad was a big part of my life, you know, playing catch with me, you know, with the baseball, with the football, soccer, basketball. You know, he spent time in the rain and the snow for my development. And I can never, you know, repay him for that. My heroes in life are Ken Griffey Jr., met him when I was 7, and my dad. Cooper Kupp's dad did so much work inside the house, throwing the football near his bed, toe drag swag, laid out the hose. And that's why Cooper Kupp is as good as he is, because his dad put in that fucking work and that time. And if you work hard, and Cooper Kupp, right, from NFL Network, they said he has his own office in LA to study film. He's the only one that has the Cooper Kupp room. They have a wide receiver room where they meet. Cooper Kupp has his own facility room. No wonder he had a season like this. He's putting in the hard-earned work, and I respect the hell out of anyone that works hard, just like your boy. Shout out, Loyal Rammy. 2021, 2022 Super Bowl champions. Loyal Rammy and all the Rams fans, salute. Salute. So Chase and Ramsey had beat again, but Burrow had less time. Yeah, and like I said, if you saw it deep, you know, he was down on the ground. And if they would have had a couple more seconds at the end of the game, we could have had a Minneapolis miracle possibly again. And that's big facts. I promise I'm going to get closer to the list here, but I wanted to obviously read off some stats. I think we have another Cash App in here as well. What do we got? We have another one? I think we do. What are we at? Oh, there we go. Xavier Williams, my boy. Dude, this guy is always coming into the clutch. This guy is one of the OGs. This guy is one of the heavy hitters now. This guy donates like pretty heavy now. Like, you know what I mean? He donated like, you know, $5, you know, $10, $2 back in the day. Now the donations are like 20, 38, 56, 40. And I appreciate you. Bang! $40 by Mr. Williams. Let me put it on here and on the Cash App. That's going to help pay my cell phone bill. I think that's due tomorrow or the next day, as well as some dog food. The dog food costs anywhere between 20 and $50. So that's definitely going to help. Thank you so much. Those are really the main things that I have to buy. I got to get dog food tomorrow, make sure I take care of the family with food and milk and, you know, cereal, you know, breakfast sandwiches, stuff like that. But the dog food, I need to get that for her because we don't want the dog to starve at all. So thank you so much. You know, bills cost a lot. You know what I mean? That's facts. All right, $40 dono on the Cash App. Thank you so much, dude. You've been really stepping up your game, and I know you appreciate the hard work, and you donated heavy in the Super Bowl stream as well. Appreciate you, dude. Very much. I mean, we used to have like one heavy hitter. Now we have like 10. And if it wasn't for people like Mr. Williams, you know what I mean, and Holly Hundo and some of you guys, Bang! I wouldn't be able to do my dream and pursue my dream, all right, to be able to do this full time. And, with my mental health issues, obviously with depression and anxiety, I feel with me walking Paisley every day, getting outside, hanging out with you guys, having the therapy sessions, talking football, I've really turned the corner and I'm starting to really feel like myself again. Bang, 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 bang. Thank you so much. You guys are the best fans on planet Earth. I love you, and I appreciate you guys. You guys are the best fans that I could even ask for. Thank you so much. All right, I'm getting closer. All right, so we had, let's see here, Holly Hundo in the building, Callie Ram fan with the $15 dono. Okay, so I'm getting caught up here. Let's see here. We were at $40 in the donos. Then we got the $10 by Prayer Man. Thank you so much. Even Holly will let you know. All right, thank you, Prayer Man. It's very appreciated there. All right, let's go. Elliot Evans knows. Bang, 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 bang. I appreciate you guys. Eagles John, always supporting the cause. $5. Boom. We're getting the dollars up. Appreciate that. So I already have 3 brothers, so I could always use another. Or my there you go. Holly Hundo in the building. Let's say YouTube GM. Stafford has the most fourth quarter comebacks and game-winning drives out of any quarterback since he entered the league. There has never been a quarterback with more clutch than Stafford. I mean, Joe Montana was clutch, but when you look at some of the stats, it's just amazing to see, getting out of Detroit and what he was able to accomplish. I'm happy for him. I wish it was my Buccaneers, I won't lie, but what it is, it feels very good. Ben Rossi, football is rigged. Not one of these comments again. Come on, Ben, be better. Tick for tat. It's tit for tat, like titties. Tit for tat, not tick for tat. Tit for tat flags allow the refs to act like as the third team. Well, if you want to talk about that, then what about the face mask from T. Higgins? So if you were a Bengals fan or you were rooting for the Bengals, what about that? Did you complain about that? If you wanted the Bengals to win or you had money on the Bengals, I bet you didn't say anything because that's what a lot of the Bengals fans are crying about, that last penalty at the end of the game. But it wasn't, game ending, deciding, the victory for the Rams. You still had a chance to get down the field, all right, and kick a field goal or win the game. Got to get a better offensive line, and you only lost by 3. So anyone that says it's rigged, okay, there still was an opportunity. It's not like there was no time left on the clock. They called the penalty. Boom, Cooper Kupp, Eli Apple got roasted, and the game is over. Then you might have something to talk about, but they still had over a minute to tie the game or win the game. And if the offensive line actually did their job, if you actually watch the highlight reel and go back, I've watched the Super Bowl 2.5 times already, okay? I got 2 hours of sleep, and I started watching film. The last play of the game, if you go back and watch it, okay? The last play of the game. You see them with Joe Burrow, right? The play before, they went to Samaje Perine, and Aaron Donald grabbed him when he was about 6 inches away from the first down. Should have went to Joe Mixon. That's a bad call, all right, by this guy right here, Zach Taylor. Why the fuck are you going to Samaje Perine? You should have went to Joe Mixon, all right? You should have went to your guy, Joe. You fucked up right there. Aaron Donald grabbed him by the waist, pulled him back, 3rd and 1 to 4th and 1, right? Then you end up having that last play of the game. And then the sack lunch happened, right? It's 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. But on the last play, if Burrow would have had another 1.5 seconds down the field on the right sideline, Jamar Chase was wide open. And who was on the ground? Jalen Ramsay again. Okay, so it could have been the Minneapolis Miracle again, but you have to have an O-line. So anyone that wants to talk about it being rigged, I mean, come on, dude. We got to stop with this whole rigged shit. Now, anyone that starts saying shit like that, it's like you're starting to sound like young Nola. I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. So got to take care of the family. O-Dog, Sarah, Shep, Elliot, Holly. Yep. Yeah, and like I said, there's a lot of y'all that I really love and appreciate you guys. That's big facts. And then Ben goes with this comment. What does that have to do with anything? So first you go with the rig comment. This is like young Nola. All right. And then you're doing like another young Nola comment. What does that have to do with anything? Come on, Ben Rossi. Be better, my dude. Oh, my. Callie Ram fan. Oh, yeah, the Bitcoin. That's right. You did. I appreciate that. All right. Totally forgot about that. That's right. Callie Ram fan hooking me up with the Bitcoin. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Said Ben Rossi says, don't replace your brains with footballs. My God. This is like young Nola all over again. My dude. SMH. Forbidden Alchemy Daytona 500 is completely sold out, and I'm going to do the stream. So I told my girlfriend we're going to try to go out to dinner Saturday, 9 a.m. is the Elimination Chamber in Saudi Arabia. I'm going to do the live stream watch party. Sunday at 11:30 Pacific time, I believe, is Daytona 500, and then at 5 p.m., the NBA All-Star Game. I'm going to be busy. So I'm going to be grinding it out this weekend. I'll be streaming every day this week as well, unless I have something come up. But I am excited to be able to get into something different. And hopefully we can get a brand new fan base, to come in as well. Appreciate you guys very, very much. KK's uncle in the building. What to do? Said, Loyal Rammy, y'all got lucky. Bengals should have won. Oh, not this again. Not this again. All you guys sour Bengal fans that are Saints fans or LSU fans. The bottom line, besides quarterback, the most important position in football is O-line. Why do you think I've gotten 21 Super Bowl picks in a row right? Think about it. Offensive line, defensive line. The game is won in the battle in the trenches. O-line Rams, D-line Rams, defense Rams, coaching Rams. And you still only lost by 3. All right, so there's a lot of potential there, all right? But when the big plays need to happen, Cooper Kupp was the best wide receiver in the league all time this season, and Aaron Donald was the best player on defense. There's a reason why the Bengals lost, okay? All right, so, for all y'all that wanted that, feel-good story of the underdog, sometimes things are not meant to be. You got to make sure that you end up having a good O-line. That's facts. Largent was a fucking beast, dude. Imagine if he had a good quarterback. Yeah. I remember when they had like Dave Craig back in the day, they didn't really have a whole lot of talent until they got like Hasselbeck, and then they started doing some things, but that's facts. Appreciate you guys very, very much. What are we sitting at? We at 85? What are we at? 85? We're at a hundo. We're at a hundo on the Cash App. Oh, Holly Hundo. Bang! There we go. $25. Let's go. Appreciate you, Holly Hundo. Let's get you over a hundo, $25. Thank you so much. Holly Hundo with a 25er. Thank you, Holly. Holly Hundo. Holly Hundo with a 25er. On the Cash App even. Get some dog food for Paisley. Pay my cell phone bill. And cell phone bills aren't cheap. Like, I think I have to pay like 100 to 110. Like, I used to have this plan that was unlimited through like Sprint or whatever, and it was like 80 or 90 bucks, but they just kept raising my bill. I think my bill now is like 110. It's wild. Like $110 for a cell phone? Like, I think I might need to get a new provider or something. It's like way too much. That's facts. Bang! Holly Hundo, $25 on the Cash App. Thank you so much. So we're sitting right now with that. $100 in the Cash App. That's awesome. Almost can pay my cell phone bill with just that right there, and just need a little bit more for some dog food, and we're going to be good to go. We'll be good to go. You guys are the best fans on planet Earth. I love you, and I appreciate you guys very much. And like I said, it made me feel good to look myself in the mirror and to really analyze, okay, am I not picking the Rams because of Loyal Rammy and Trayvon G, and the Rams beat me in the playoffs, and I don't really care for Stafford or Aaron Donald, right? And Burrow is cooler, and Jamar Chase is cool, and the underdog story. You have to be able to look yourself in the mirror, and if you start betting, right, with your heart instead of your head, that's when you lose a lot of money, like Mattress Mac. That motherfucker lost $5 million or $10 million on the Bengals, idiot. You know what I mean? If he would have watched Northwest Sports Fanatics, he could have won the money. But he's always picking the wrong teams. He picked Astros. He's always picking the wrong teams. I think the one that he got right was Tampa Bay. But, this guy's lost so much money for being the mattress king. I can't imagine, doing 5 or 10 million on a team. But, hey, they got rich, whether that was DraftKings or Vegas line, wherever it was. Yeah, Loyal Rammy. You have my respect. Obviously, sometimes we'll agree to disagree. But when it comes down to greatness, I was really impressed with everything that happened. Sean McVay, you already have known. I've said he's my top favorite too with Kyle Shanahan as far as young, bright minds. I said that both will get a Super Bowl before their careers are over. McVay already checked it off, right? Aaron Donald's great. Eli Apple's trash. Cooper Kupp had an amazing season for the ages. And then look at this starting five right here. This season, Stafford, baller. Cooper Kupp, the best wide receiver season of all time, even more than Jerry Rice. Von Miller and OBJ were great pickups. Aaron Donald, the best defensive player in the game, and OBJ got hot and started to prove to people, even though he's tore his ACL today, prayers up for OBJ. Hopefully he ends up getting better. And Von Miller was definitely impactful when he was out there. But having guys like Odell and having his career revitalized, I think that his legacy now, he's got a chance to really add to his legacy instead of being that guy that quit on Baker and quit on Cleveland. And it feels good to see him play football again and be dominant again. And that is big facts. I like seeing that. And obviously we already know with this guy right here, a legend in the game. You know, him and DeMarcus Ware got it done for the Broncos, and he's got a Super Bowl in the AFC and the NFC. I imagine it feels fantastic, you know, for him. Obviously, we saw with Peyton Manning with the Colts and the Broncos, Von Miller, AFC and NFC, just like Tom Brady. I imagine it feels fantastic. I got a lot of Broncos fans that were loving Von Miller and rooting for Von Miller to get it done. I see what you did. Von Miller, great starting five. And hey, it was destiny for you guys. And going into the year, we thought Rams, Bucks, Packers, and then we thought Bills, Chiefs, Browns. And you guys ended up finding a way for other teams to get hurt, taking advantage, and just getting on the right page at the right time. You guys were hot. You guys were healthy. I know Eric Weddle tore a pec. He's retired. OBJ tore the ACL. But you guys found a way to get enough and win the game. I was excited, man, because I like being right. You know what I mean? I don't want to be wrong. Like, you know, if I would have picked the Bengals to win and Burrow to be MVP, at some point I'm like, damn it, I need to do a little bit more research, you know. But when I hit it on the head, Rams winning, thinking it would be between 1 and 4 points, got that. Cooper Kupp MVP, got that. Aaron Donald at the end of the game, got that. I even got 50 Cent in the halftime show before he showed up. I was like, it would be cool if 50 Cent was there, and then boom, 1 minute later he showed up. So it feels good to be right. I'm not going to be right all the time, all right. But when you end up, you know, having a hunch or have that ESP, it feels good to get that acknowledgement. We love you, Orion. I love you too, Paula. Thank you so much. You guys are the best fans on planet Earth. Mr. Williams, I love you. Appreciate you. Alex says, I love you. Appreciate you very, very much, man. Gang, gang, gang. KK's uncle. See, you're a lot of these people that want to talk about it's rigged. You guys are young. You know, I'm 39. I've been watching football since 85. You guys are just all about social media and the toxic environment of these talking heads that are on Twitter, and you guys feed into the bullshit. All right. Yeah, the T. Higgins call in early on. You could have called that. Okay, but what about the T. Higgins face mask to Jalen Ramsay for the touchdown? You hear any Bengals fans, LSU fans, or Saints fans talking about that? Crickets, 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 exactly, because you're not bringing it up, all right? And if that play would have happened from Ramsey to T. Higgins, what do you think it would have been? 100% PI every time. So, you know, before you want to start talking shit and saying, oh, it's rigged, it's rigged, it's rigged, you guys had plays go for you that shouldn't have been a touchdown with T. Higgins in the first play, all right? That was a blatant face mask that should have been called back. But you don't hear any Bengals fan, LSU fan, or Saints fan bring that up. Come on, man. Be honest with yourself. You know what I mean? You're just feeding into the bullshit that's on the internet with a lot of these talking heads that are garbage, like Peter Schrager, the Weasel. He can't even make up his own opinion. He's got to watch me on fucking NWSF with 20K subs and steal my fucking material. That shows you that the TV people are desperate. They don't know anything. You know, they have to go and look other places for material and content because they're not smart enough to come up with it themselves. That's why they watch Tom Grossi. That's why they watch Sports Fury. That's why they watch Northwest Sports Fanatics. Come on, man. Don't feed into the bullshit. Don't feed into the bullshit. Often imitated, never duplicated. All right? Your boy Orion, he knows. Okay? 21 Super Bowls in a row. That's not by coincidence. Last year's NFL draft, 15 out of the first 17 picks. I guarantee no one else on TV got that. All right? Check the receipts, my dude. Said everyone should take time and watch the Super Bowl twice every year to see where all the mistakes were. I've already watched it 2.5 times. I didn't even go to bed last night till like 4 a.m. All right? Let's go. Said it was the Bengals game to win. Eli, no offensive line, no corners. You had Jesse Bates III. You know, just because you like Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase or Von Bell or T-Rex, that you have to go beyond what you like in your heart. It's up here. Offensive line, defense, coaching. I break it down every video. All right? And if you don't want to believe me, check the receipts. I mean, I come up right most of the time because those are the things that matter in football. The game is won in the battle of the trenches. Joe Burrow might be cooler, all right, than Matthew Stafford, but the last time I checked, coolness doesn't win you Super Bowls. Okay? Come on, man. Be better. Be better. So I'm not a Bengals fan, but I hate seeing people get hurt. I'm worried about Joe Burrow with the lack of a line. Yes, I am too. I am too. What are we sitting at? 110? That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Paul is following. Appreciate you. Mick is moot in the building. What to do? Holly Hundo with the 25er. Bang, 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 bang. Appreciate you. And it shows you, all right, for all the people. Like, I wanted Joe Burrow, the Bengals. It's a feel-good story, underdog story. But when you don't have an O-line and you've been sack-lunched, right, and it's not like the Rams had a pretty good defense. They had the number one defense with the number one player on defense all time, and Aaron Donald. No wonder you lost. I mean, think about it. You had the best wide receiver in the game in Cooper Kupp, the hottest quarterback in Matthew Stafford, and the best arguable player on defense ever, not just this year, in Aaron Donald. And you wonder why the Bengals lost, and they only lost by 3. So, I mean, they could have won the game, but sometimes defense wins championships. Have you heard that before? Come on, man. I know you're young. A lot of y'all that are like under 20, you haven't watched enough football to understand. All you guys do is watch Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless. You see all these fucking idiots and the talking heads on Good Morning Football, and they tell you something and you feed into it. Or you get a bunch of people in your fan base complaining and being like young Nola and being toxic, and you guys fucking jibber jabber back and forth, and you believe that hype. You got to be able to make your own opinion and believe it and watch it for yourself instead of feeding into the bullshit on the internet. That's facts. You know what I mean? You get these guys that are feeding you guys garbage and brainwashing you. You got guys like Skip Bayless and Stephen A. making $8 million a year, and they're wrong 90% of the time, and they're getting paid that money. All right? It's all about clickbait and ratings, arguing, not facts. If you want facts and real shit, you come here. You want the bullshit, you go there. All right? It's facts. Paisley probably going to be eating a lot of food. Oh, yes. I mean, the smaller dog food that we get, we went from kind of like the beef and the chicken, the artificial stuff. We went to lamb because it's like more healthier and it costs a couple dollars more. So a small bag that probably lasts us, I don't even know, a week or less. It's like $20 some. And then the bigger bag, I think it costs like 60 something. So the food goes by pretty quick. And obviously when you have bills, my rent's going up, I got, cell phone and, we got the PGE and then the TV and all the other stuff. Stuff adds up. And then food and gas, it's crazy. Like, you don't realize, how much food costs, because I got my girlfriend, my girlfriend's daughter, right? And then we got Paisley. And it's not like we don't need to like eat out too much. But if you go on like Uber Eats or like Grubhub and you do it too often, you start looking at your bank account and you're like, oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. And then you want to be able to go and get it yourself. But you know how it goes sometimes, with the pandemic and COVID, you get kind of in that lazy mode where you don't want to go. But I try to go to the grocery store a little bit more. But even regular stuff like milk, eggs, basics, bagels, cream cheese, just like the basic stuff, lunch meat. Everything is going up in price. So I don't know if you guys do the grocery shopping in your family, but I'm the one that usually goes to the grocery store and everything is just going up. So like I said, I have to grind and work extra hard, whether that means doing a 6-hour Super Bowl stream or recording 2 to 3 hours every day. I'm going to give you good content, you know what I mean? But I don't have any other jobs. I'm doing this by myself. So I'm all in. And with your guys' support, you guys are being able to make my dreams come true. So I really appreciate you guys and all your generosity. And like I said, I'm not stopping anytime soon. All right, I'm going to keep it moving. All this nonsense is not what I'm talking about, Kyler. What does that mean? This offseason is going to have some huge changes in the NFL. Well, obviously they're portraying him as the quitter, the bad guy. He wanted to, not finish the game against the Rams. They're blaming him being immature. And I think there's a little immaturity there. The offensive line didn't do a good job. Rams pretty much, maybe ended his fun for the game, with the way that game ended. And he can do baseball. He's part of FaZe Clan. He's a professional gamer. He doesn't need to play football. But I wouldn't really want him on the Bucs. But if he came to my Buccaneers, I'll take him. But I would rather have Russell Wilson. I'd rather have Aaron Rodgers. But if Kyler comes, I'll take him. But next year's Super Bowl is in Arizona. So if they can get the right pieces there, maybe if Aaron Donald and McVay retire, Brady's gone, Rodgers goes to the Broncos, maybe the Cardinals overachieve and they play in their home stadium for a Super Bowl for the 3rd year in a row. Buccaneers, Rams, Cardinals. I don't know if they're good enough. They're good enough to make the playoffs. But if all these other pieces move on, Rodgers and Brady, the NFC is wide open. So who's to say if the Cardinals don't have an amazing draft and get some more players on the O-line, the defense, and wide receiver, maybe they play in the Super Bowl at home next season. So we'll have to wait and see. That's facts. YouTube GM. Burrow got sacked 4.7 times per game in the playoffs. It's wild. Absolutely wild. Forbidden Alchemy. Let's not forget the play calling was terrible for the Bengals right out the gate. They went for it. Yeah, they went for it on 4th down, right? First drive on 4th and 1, right? And obviously they felt that maybe they had to do that. But the thing for me that really kind of ended the game for them, right? When it was the end of the game, right? And it was 3rd down and 1. And Zach Taylor sent a man in motion. Instead of going with Joe Mixon, they went to Samaje Perine, and Aaron Donald grabbed him by the waist, pulled him back. If it was Joe Mixon, it would have been a 1st down, I believe. Right. And then at the last play of the game, he ended up getting in there. It's 12 noon. You know what time it is? It's time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. And even with that being said, when he got whipped around, Joe Burrow almost completed the pass. But if he would have had 2 seconds more, I watched the replay last night. Jamar Chase was open 35 yards downfield. Okay. And who was on the ground? Again, Jalen Ramsay. He was flat on the ground. I don't know if he slipped. I don't know if he got stiff armed to hell and back. But if they would have threw the ball, we would have got a Joe Burrow, a Joey Franchise, a Tiger King, Joey B would have threw it all the way to Jamar Chase, and we would have had a Minneapolis Miracle all over again. The Bengals would have won the Super Bowl if he would have had a couple more seconds and could have looked downfield. I'm 100% confident of it. He was wide open. There was like a 5 to 6 yard gap with Ramsey on the ground, no safety over the top, and he was wide open. So if you go back and watch the Super Bowl, if you have it on DVR, you'll see what I'm talking about. And that's facts. You know, I always like watching, you know, the Super Bowl 2 to 3 times. Facts. Air Whitey in the building. Middleton proved why Jaylen Brown should have got his all-star spot. Facts. That's facts, baby. That's facts. Matt Payton from Hawaii, baby. What it do? How are you? Appreciate you guys very, very much. How's that weather in Hawaii, my dude? How's it? How is it down there? Is it hot? Is it stormy? What's it like out there? I have never been to Hawaii. I definitely want to go at some point. Yep. I mean, you know, like I said, you know, it takes a long time for certain teams to get there. You know, it's not going to be something where every team gets there, you know, sooner than later. Mr. Williams, you are a GOAT. You know what I mean? Like I said, we got guys like Nate the Great, Holly Hundo, Cyberpunk 53. You know, we got a lot of people. But, you know, your generosity, you're in the room, you're showing love, your donos are big. You are one of the GOATs now. You know what I mean? Because like I said, there's people that can donate like $1, you know, to $5, and that's fantastic. It means a lot. But once you start doing 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 or more, that starts getting you in that upper echelon category. And without people like that, I wouldn't be able to do my dream and do this full time. And that's facts. Appreciate you guys very much. YouTube GM. So I don't understand all the coulda, woulda, shoulda talk. Yeah, exactly. It's all the people that are young. It's typically people that are like 9 to 19 years old. They're influenced by idiots on TV. They can't make their own opinion for themselves, or they're very heavy with the Saints, LSU, or Joe Burrow, and they're just feeding into the bullshit that's on the internet. You know what I mean? They see someone on the internet say it, and they're like, yeah, you know, and they feed into that instead of making their own opinion. You know, they have to feed into the bullshit, the negativity, the toxic talk. You know what I mean? It's just dumb, man. You know what I mean? Like, of course the NFL is going to get shit wrong. The refereeing, you know, is not going to be perfect. I mean, and for 1 second, for all these haters, they're talking about rigging and cheating. Have you ever thought of what it would be like to be a ref yourself? Fuck no, you haven't. You know what I mean? You never understood of what it would be like to be in someone else's shoes. Because if you did, you would understand that these refs are trying to do the best they can instead of you thinking that everything is fucking rigged when your team doesn't win. Or if you bet money on a team and you didn't win, so you got to complain. Maybe the other team just played really good and they were better. Better O-line, better D-line, better defense, better coaching, right? But like obviously with everything that I said, this doesn't mean anything, right? Right? Having a better O-line, Walter Payton Man of the Year, this doesn't matter. Rams having a better O-line than the Bengals as a non-factor in the game. Doesn't matter at all, right? Doesn't matter at all. Defensive line, right? Defensive line, where are you? Right here, Aaron Donald, doesn't matter. Right? Defense overall. Defense doesn't win championships, right? They never say that. Defense doesn't matter, right? Coaching doesn't matter, correct? Right? Coaching, Sean McVay, right? Kevin O'Connell, new head coach for Vikings, that doesn't matter. So what wins the Super Bowl then? Defense wins championships. O-line, D-line, the battle in the trenches. Ask any NFL fan that has been watching the game and knows the game. The defense wins championships. The O-line and D-line dictate tempo, ball control, all right? And then you have to be able to have those guys make plays. And what that comes down to is brilliant play callers like Sean McVay and Kevin O'Connell. And there's no disrespect against Zach Taylor, but you're not in the same group, my dude. You know what I mean? You're not the same. You'll get there maybe again, but to compare McVay to Zach Taylor, you know what I mean? Just because Joe Burrow's likable, it's like, okay, if we were going based off guys who are likable or good looking, then Jimmy G would have 8 championships right now for being good looking because he's the best looking guy in the NFL. All right. But last time I checked, just because you're good looking or it's a good feel story, that doesn't win you championships. Okay. Come on, man. Be better than that. All right. Be better. Make your own opinion. Don't listen to the talking heads. A lot of these guys are all for clicks. You know what I mean? That's why you watch people like that watch The Bachelor, The Bachelorette. They watch shit that has drama, Skip and Shannon. All right. A lot of times they don't even believe what they're saying. They're doing it to argue for ratings because people love seeing people get beat up. They love people being ratchet and ignorant. They like seeing people get punched in the head. They like seeing people be dumb and argue. That's what America likes, this younger generation. They like dumb shit stuff. Like the Island Boys, you guys made people like that famous. Shame on you. Guys that have absolutely no talent, all right? But they have the hair and the tattoos on their face and body. Those guys are cool. I'm going to follow them on Instagram. Okay. Everyone wants their 5 seconds of fame. But what about representing someone that actually has talent like me? Or Grassi, that people that actually are working hard, not someone that's a 5-second fad. But that's a problem with this younger generation. They don't understand. It's all about what's trending. You know what I mean? Whoever's the most ratchet and the most ignorant, that's the cool thing, or being a mumble rapper. Get the fuck out of here, man. Come on, dude. Be better. Be better. Come on, guys. I mean, I don't need to take you guys to school about this type of shit, do I? Come on now. So LMAO, under 20 guys, listen up. I mean, there's a lot of people that are under 20 that can't make their own fucking decisions. Right here, they're showing it here on NFL Network. T. Higgins, face mask of Jalen Ramsay. But do you hear any Bengals fans saying anything about that? That was legit. That was fair. That was just Ramsay falling down. Okay, you want to bitch and complain about that call at the end of the game. That shouldn't have been a touchdown. If you really want to complain about something right there, that shouldn't have been a touchdown. And then you have the worst corner in the NFL, Eli Apple. You really thought that guy is going to be able to keep up with Cooper Kupp? Come on, dude. Come on. The best wide receiver in the game, and you got Eli Apple? He already trashed Nolans, the Giants, talking about how dirty and how the food is horrible, the players are shit. And what did you think was going to happen? Karma's real. Uncle Mo is real. Come on, man. Said, it's a weekend night. Oh, do you have I've been looking for it, Holly, for the last week, and I haven't been able to find it. I still have a few of my mango. I still have a few of my mangoes. I think I have 3 or 4. I think I bought 10 or 11 or 12. I wasn't going to drink them all, but I haven't been able to find a pineapple, but I'm going to probably have to go look. I'm going to have to go drive around in a few towns nearby, and hopefully I can find something nearby that I can actually, get the pineapple. It is my favorite beer, though. This mango one ain't too bad, though. And it doesn't taste like a seltzer, which is nice. And it doesn't really taste like a beer. This tastes like pineapple juice or mango juice. That's what makes it so delicious. You know what I mean? It doesn't taste like some horrible beer. You know what I mean? And it doesn't taste like a seltzer. It doesn't have that carbonation. It just tastes good. Just like a straight juice. Love it. Absolutely love it. KK's uncle. I stopped watching that when Stephen A. stopped acting crazy. And, well, dude, all those guys, it's all fake. I mean, you guys got to start realizing a lot of the stuff. You want to talk about the NFL being rigged. If you want to talk about shit being fake, watch the things on TV. All the fake people on TV, you can tell. You know what I mean? The guys on TV with the hot takes. Like, do you really think Skip Bayless actually thinks that the Dallas Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl every year? Of course he doesn't. He's not a fucking idiot, but he does that hot take so that way they can get clicks and they can get people commenting, Skip, you're an idiot. The Cowboys aren't going to win. He knows that, but that's what the producers tell him to say. So that way that Shannon looks like the smart guy with his cigar and his Hennessy, and he has to tell Skip that you're wrong. And you're like, oh, okay. He's the guy that's more neutral, not biased, right? And Skip is the crazy one. You think that shit isn't orchestrated? They do that on purpose, okay? And obviously you don't want people to agree with each other all the way around, but when it's overly fake, and some people can recognize that, I don't watch that shit. That's not real TV. I'm not going to watch Skip and Shannon. You know what I mean? That shit is just too fake for me. I like Shannon Sharp a lot, but Skip Bayless and Stephen A. and a lot of Get Up and all those programs, garbage. Even Good Morning Football is garbage now. Peter Schrager's stealing from me, all right? The only good thing about that show was Nate Burleson, and he's not even on it anymore. Give me Pat McAfee show. I don't need any of the rest. I'll still tune in here and there to some of these programs like The Herd, Colin Cowherd, but I'm not going to watch any of these guys all the way through. It's just too fake for me, man. Too fake. Cost of living here in Seattle is insane. Gas is over $4. Yeah, things are crazy. You know what I mean? And that's why I have to work and hustle so hard. You know what I mean? Because the thing is, it's like if you get $100, or $200, people are like, wow, you made $100 or $200. Go to the grocery store. I'm 39. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all are young. You know what I mean? But once you actually have your own place and you have bills and you have pets and you have family, go to the grocery store and see how far 100 gets you. It doesn't get you very far. You buy some milk, you buy some cereal, cheese, eggs, lunch meat, a couple things of soda, maybe some fruit, oranges, apples, and then you look at your fucking receipt and you're already over 100 and you barely bought anything. And obviously with the food shortage and everything that's going up right now with COVID, I mean, I don't know if you guys know the price of the dollar and how far things are going up, but I mean, anyone that's a little older than probably 25, and if you do your own shopping and pay your own bills, you understand how hard it really is right now. Bengals had a chance with OBJ going down. So odd how the Bengals abandoned the run game and terrible calls at the end of the game. It's all about coaching and play calling experience. And also Sean McVay already been there. He already had the pain of only scoring 3 against the Patriots. Sometimes you got to lose before you win. You got to crawl before you walk, okay? But getting Von Miller and OBJ, you already knew when OBJ went down, they had Van Jefferson, all right, but he's not as good as OBJ. But Cooper Kupp is unstoppable, unguardable. You knew that they were going to get him the ball, and they still couldn't stop him, anybody all season. And he ended up having the best season out of any wide receiver ever all time, even more than Jerry Rice. I mean, I read that stat off again, and I can read it to you guys, all right? And I can read it to you guys right here if you want me to. So let me go back and find it on my Twitter timeline. And this is incredible for Cooper Kupp, as you can see him over my shoulder. Let me find the stat line because it's incredible, man. Like, people don't realize how crazy it is, okay? Cooper Kupp joins 1989. Let me find a nice picture of Cooper here too as well. Let's find Cooper. All right. Let's go with this one right here. I like this one. It's kind of like a diving catch. All right, looks like we got a replay of the Super Bowl as we're talking about it here on NFL Network. If you guys want to watch it again with me, I'm watching it right now. NFL Network, Super Bowl 56. Cooper Kupp joins 1989 Joe Montana as the only players to win Offensive Player of the Year and Super Bowl MVP in the same season. One was a quarterback, one was a wide receiver. He's a 5th player to win Offensive Player of the Year in the same season the team won the Super Bowl. Rare. But you know what's even more rare than that? This. The season that Cooper Kupp had this year, he won the receiving triple crown. Yards, receptions, touchdowns. That's fucking hard to do. Offensive Player of the Year, hard to do. Super Bowl MVP, hard to do. He did all of those things. Yards, touchdowns, receptions, Offensive Player of the Year award, and Super Bowl MVP as a wide receiver, let alone being Caucasian on top of that, okay? Being the white wide receiver, battling Tyreek and Devontae Adams and DeAndre Hopkins, a position that's dominated by the brothers. Jerry Rice is the only wide receiver in NFL history to do all the things I just mentioned in an entire career. Kupp did it in 1 year. Best wide receiver year ever. And he has a lot of love by me. It's amazing. It's like Steve Largent reincarnated all over again. I can't tell you how much I love Cooper Kupp. He lives right up north from me, Eastern Washington. He went there. Just crazy. I live in Oregon. He's a Northwest kid, and his dad is a big part of him being the great player that he is. Amazing time, man. Kupp makes his routes and releases look unpredictable. And if you look at his yak yards after catch, he's some of the best. He can shake. He can bake. I mean, like I said, I put him up there with Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson, just like Matt Payton says. I put him up there with Keenan Allen. I put him up there with Jamar Chase. There's certain guys, when they have their – and they can break. You know, they can go left, right, and then you're not going to be able to keep up with those guys. And when they get the ball in their hands on a screen pass, Cooper Kupp makes a 2-yard screen, go 18 yards. You don't get that out of many wide receivers in the game. Eagles John. He said, did you get the Cash App? Let me check. 7:49. That was just about 10 minutes ago. I apologize. You know, your boy's going off on a tangent here. Maybe that was the one from before. Last Cash App I got was from Holly Hundo, I believe, for a 25er. So let me double check here. I think that was the last one I got. The last one I got from you was a 5er, Eagles John. So I don't know if that was the one that you're talking about. But the last ones I've gotten, I got Sarah Small 5. I got Rams Fan 15, Wealthy Man 10, Eagles John from you 5, Xavier Williams 40, and Holly Hundo at 25. So I'm not sure if that was it or if you did another one. Orion is the GOAT. GOAT dog. Appreciate you guys. Oh, Burrow. So likable. I can't even keep track of what's going on in the field being live with first row tickets. Seriously. I mean, even if you're up close or up top and you can see the field, people don't realize how hard it is to be a ref and thinking that everyone cheats. Like we had that NBA ref scandal. You know, Donaghy, when he ended up doing the Lakers and the Kings back in the early 2000s when they had Chris Webber, Peja Stojakovic, Vlade Divac, remember? Bobby Jackson, Mike Bibby, remember? And they went against like Kobe and Shaq. And then the refs cheated the Kings out because that guy was in the mob. He was dealing with the mob, and he was over his head in the betting, and he was shaving points, you know what I mean, trying to win money, and he got caught. But just because the NBA referee did that, they just assume that the NFL and the MLB guys are doing it too. And I imagine there's a lot of cheating going on, but I don't think it's as much as people think. You know, you get Bill Belichick being a cheater, but with the NFL, obviously there's going to be, teams that they want there for better ratings. But the bottom line is, if the Bengals had a better offensive line, they win the game. Even as great as the Rams were with Stafford, Kupp, Aaron Donald, they lost by 3 with a trash O-line. So if they at least had an O-line, they would have won. Bottom line. See, exactly. Not rigged, ass O-line. How many times do I got to say that? Exactly. But for these kids that are like 15, they just want to argue with me or argue with anyone on social media, and you're not going to win that battle, dude. You're not going to win that battle. Move to Texas. Northwest out here, baby, is nice, though. Yeah. It's from a commercial, Holly. Have you seen the commercial? There's a commercial for like the new iPhone or whatever, and it's like got like a Latino boy with like a kind of like a Gucci jacket and Gucci pants, and he's got the phone, and I look real good today. So that's why we always say little things like that. We always watch like different commercials, and that's where it comes from. So that's why. So Elliot isn't crazy. We just have our little inside conversations from commercials and funny things that we see. That's where it comes from, just to let you know. Elliot's like, yes, I look real good today. Oh, my. Cowboys fans in Texas are far more obnoxious than any I've met up here. Now, if you're a Cowboys fan, you move to heaven. Rickenstein, Inc. But a lot of Cowboys fans are misunderstood. I got my boy, Brett, who's one of my best friends, and he grew up in the Aikman, Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, Leon Lett, Dion, prime time era. And they just want to get back to that. But you're starting to realize Jimmy Johnson, Barry Switzer, and those guys are legends. You're not replicating that. Troy Aikman is not Dak. Michael Irvin, compared to the receivers you got now, he was so much better than the guys that they have now. Even though Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and Michael Gallup are good, they're not Michael Irvin. They're not Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin was like Jerry Rice back then. Emmitt Smith was 1,000 times better than Zeke or Tony Pollard. Okay, the offensive line was better. Jimmy Johnson is a better coach. You got to have coaching, O-line, D-line. You have to have the package. And a lot of people, Cowboys fans, they don't realize that. They're hoping that they can replicate that success, but sometimes you're not going to replicate legends. It's like wrestling back in the 80s and 90s. NWO, DX. It's never going to be as popular as it was because we had those legends back then. The Hogans, the Scott Halls, the Kevin Nashes, the Triple H, the Shawn Michaels, Chyna, X-Pac, badass Billy Gunn, all the guys in the NWO. You're never going to replicate wrestling when every fan brought a sign and it was just lit with the legends, the Ric Flair, the Ultimate Warrior, the Road Warriors, Legion of Doom. Like, it's not the same as it was. You can't tell me Roman Reigns is the same as it was back then. It's not. You know what I mean? That's the same type of thing. You feel me? Uncle Mo is real. Everyone's going to be stealing my stuff, man. Sarah Small in the building. Air Whitey in the building. Stephen A. I mean, there's a lot of people that I think that are kind of closet racist. They don't like to really try to act like they're racist. You know what I mean? But I think there is a lot of racist shit that does go on TV that sometimes gets noticed or sometimes does not get noticed. That's facts. Said McAfee and Rex Ryan are the only two on Get Up that tell it like it is. Even Dan Orlovsky. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these people I don't like at all. I like Pat because he's raw, he's real, he'll swear, but he's just a real dude. Like, you can just tell when someone's got a good aura or vibe if they're real or if they're fake. And a lot of the people are just fake. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of takes. And like I said, you can kind of tell. And I mean, it's one thing if you're white and you want to support like white people, or if you're black and you want to support black athletes. But sometimes you can tell with certain takes that they have. Like, if a guy's black, they don't want to give the white guy credit. Like, I've been seeing people that don't want to give Cooper Kupp the credit because he's a white wide receiver. I mean, come on. Can we be a little bit better than that? But I guess in the day and age that we live in, racism still exists, even though they want to act like, no, we're not racist. But closet racist, people are still like that. It's sad. You know what I mean? It's just sad the way that it is. You know what I mean? And obviously people want to be around people that are similar to them. But for me, when I grew up around black, white, Asian, Mexican, Australian. Like, I had people of all ages and races that I grew up with in my neighborhood. So I never saw color. I never saw it. You know what I mean? And I wish more people grew up in that kind of environment, especially if you had parents or grandparents that were racist and they taught you certain things that maybe aren't really good in society to this day. People get influenced real easily. Internet, TV, people don't want to make their own opinions or decisions, which is sad. A lot of followers out there, all right, instead of people that are leaders or making their own minds. But I mean, we hope that we can get past that point. But I mean, that is something that does exist still. That's facts. Rickenstein in the building. What to do? Legend in the building. Ramley in the building. Yes, damn right he is. Very, very good. Oh, that's another one. Yeah. Shohei Ohtani. Yep. He said that because he's Japanese and he's the best Japanese, player since Ichiro. He was a pitcher and he was, a home run hitter. It's something that you've never seen a guy that was a starting pitcher that dominated and a guy that could hit 30 or 40 home runs. And he was saying pretty much that he can't be the face of Major League Baseball over guys like Mike Trout, who is white, right? Because he doesn't speak English. A lot of kind of like racist shit, you know what I mean? And then he got called out and tried to act like he wasn't racist. But that's a great example of it right there. I'm Asian and I've been hated on. I'm half Japanese, half Czech. But a lot of times people don't know what I am unless I tell them. You know what I mean? What are we sitting at? 110? We got 110 in the donos. We can get a few more. Oh, there we go. Oh, baby. Let's go. My boy, one of the GOATs of the channel. Are you guys ready? Cyberpunk 53. Let's go. This guy is one of the most consistent donators like Holly Hundo that there is in the business. Let's go. Cyberpunk 53. Always donating 50 or 100 or more on almost every stream that he is in. Thank you so much, man. This is going to pay for cell phone. This is going to pay for dog food. This is big for me. Thank you so much, dude. Forbidden Alchemy is one of those big hitters too. Appreciate you. Bang! Cyberpunk 53. Let's go. $50 dono on the Cash App. And I didn't do the bang bang. It looks like it was a little close together. Let's fucking go. $50 for my boy Bill. Always showing love to your boy. Appreciate you very, very much. Oh, man. Appreciate you guys very, very much. Gang, gang, gang. All right. Let me get back here and scroll up. Legend in the building. What to do? Forbidden Alchemy in the building. What to do? Paula in the building. What to do? All right, let me keep scrolling down here. Said not to mention the refs have to actually keep up the receivers. That's facts. That's facts. Said Orion, the Cowboys fans nowadays get one win and we damn boys. Yeah, it does. You know what I mean? But they get a lot of unnecessary hate too. I don't see them as like a hated team like I used to with like the Patriots. But I think as you get older and you mature, you know what I mean? And like they don't win Super Bowls, but their fans are just passionate. Same thing goes for Eagles fans. I mean, their fan base fucking threw snowballs at Santa. And a lot of times they get a bad rap too. If you're a fan base, you're going to have good fans. You're going to have bad fans. You're going to have, douche canoes. You're going to have douchebag fans. It's just a part of the game. You just hope that it's not going to be, as bad as you think. So. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I slap your bitch. Come on, young Nola. Are you so desperate? Are you so desperate to be in the stream? Is that you, young Nola? I can usually tell if it's Nola if you're going to be talking about Saints biased garbage out there. Nola. You can't get a better name than I slap your bitch. Come on, bro. Be better, dude. You know what I mean? There's a reason why Nola and Wills got banned. And the streams have actually been a lot less toxic. And I might have to ban this one too. All right. You know what I mean? Like, dude, really? With that name? Come on, bro. Be better, dude. Be better. Be better. We got to figure out who I slap your bitch is, if it is Nola or not. We'll find out here in a second. My God. Forbidden. So I'm a Texans fan, part-time Seahawks. Started out as an Oilers fan, Houston. Love the Oilers with Warren Moon back in the day. They used to have I still think they have some of the best jerseys out there. And that's big facts. Obviously the Warren Moon, that kind of powder blue is very nice. Nola. You just couldn't stay away, huh? You're on a very close watch here today. You got to change that name too. You got to change that name, my dude. You're on a very close watch, my dude. You be careful on what you say, or you might get the fucking boot. You might get the Hollywood Hogan boot. And to be honest, man, I had to block you. I had to block you on Twitter and Instagram because you're toxic, bro. My life is better without you. I mean, I want you to succeed, obviously with your rap and everything that you're doing, but you're a toxic person, dude. It's not a cool name. It's not, dude. You're toxic, bro. You know what I mean? The chat has been so more peaceful without you and Justin Wells in it. You know what I mean? All right, I had to do it. You know what I mean? Like, we'll find out if that ends up really being him or not. But, I mean, he'll end up making another profile, probably coming in. It's just like, I don't like having toxic people in the room. It's like, I had to ban him I had to cut him off from the Instagram, the Twitter, all the profiles. And like I said, I would talk to him, pretty frequently. You know what I mean? But the thing is, if you're just a negative person and you have a lot of toxic traits and you're losing me subs, you're losing me donos, and you're causing problems in the chat, I don't want that. You know what I mean? I thought that it's been pretty good, as of late. So we'll see. So I did the ban right now, and then we'll see if another profile ends up getting created. But usually you can tell when the Saints talk is super biased. That's when you know it's him. So we'll see if I end up, And like I said, it's like one of those things. I want to be able to have people in the room, but if you're toxic, right? Was it? Well, we'll find out. We'll find out if it was. See, that's the type of thing that you can't play around with. Because if it ends up being Nola or Justin Wills, certain people that are always trying to come back and make, profiles, don't be doing fake profiles like that. Because if it was KK's, then KK's profile's gone. You can go to your regular one. I just don't want toxic people in here. You know what I mean? Because I kept telling him, I was like, dude, you're going after my mods. You're making the chat uncomfortable. You know what I mean? You think it's funny and you're trolling. Nobody's laughing. You're making me lose subs. You're making me lose money. You're making me lose donos. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, but we'll see. Let me go back up here. Are you? Well, hopefully he learns next time that you don't do that. You know what I mean? You don't play around like that, because obviously that was one of his profiles that he used. You know what I mean? So I don't play around with that, dude. And plus, I slap your bitch. Come on, dude. Really? That's going to be your name on the YouTube channel? Come on, bro. Okay. Well, now he knows, and that's blocked, so he can go to his regular profile or whatever. You know what I mean? You can't be playing around like that, dude. I don't play around with that shit, dude. My favorite player of all time. I mean, I'm a big Joe Montana guy, Jerry Rice, Barry Sanders, Bo Jackson, Dion. I think Derek Brooks, from my old school Bucks, Devin White. They're my favorite two as far as football. Right, I like Dion on the Niners back in the day in '94. I like that. I'm a big Ken Griffey Jr. guy. So if I had to choose all time of any sport, it's Ken Griffey Jr. because I met him when I was 7, got his autograph. I met his dad. But I'm a really big Derek Brooks, Devin White, Levante David. I mean, Mike Allstott. I can't really just say one. But if I was going to go one, it would probably be Ken Griffey Jr., the kid. Love him. Rickenstein, Inc. He said, I don't think people hate the NFC East, just Dallas. Of course. So I don't remember running across any terrible Eagles fans when they won the Super Bowl. Eagles fans, they ride or die for me. You know what I mean? I predicted that they were going to win the Super Bowl and win big by 9 or 10, even over Brady when I first started the channel. A lot of people laughed at me, and they ended up winning by 9 or 10. I like the Eagles fans. Eagles fans donate heavy to me, and I like their fan base. I like their team. I follow them heavy. Chiefs, I like the Chiefs. Eagles, the Broncos fans are good to me. Saints fans are usually pretty good to me. There's just certain fan bases that kind of, support me a little bit more than others, and it means a lot. You know what I mean? It's very important to get the love and support, and I'm not biased. I'll give you love, where love needs to be given. But like if I'm going to say something and you're going to take it as an insult because you have a lot of haterade, in your system, and you just are a toxic person that has a lot of anger in them, that's not healthy. You know what I mean? You get a lot of these kids nowadays that are 25 and under that are just immature as hell. Like I kept telling Nola, you're 22, 23. Stop acting like you're 12 or 13. You know what I mean? He would always get his Instagram banned like 20 times. Instagram don't matter. If you're an aspiring rapper and you're trying to get signed and you're saying crazy shit on your Instagram, like personal thoughts that are inappropriate, you don't think that people are going to see that? That shit is a part of your brand. But he's not very smart in that degree. I tried telling him, but, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. You know what I mean? I didn't want to get to the point where I had to ban him from Instagram, Twitter, and all social media. But, I mean, my life is, not as toxic as it was. And I just don't like having just useless conversation. You know what I mean? That's facts. Yeah, if it was KK's uncle, then he'll learn. He'll learn today. You don't do that. I never know when people are on the edge like that. Like, are they worth banning due to their profile name? Yeah. Well, like I said, that was the name that young Nola used. So I assume that it was him. I can always go back and unban, but if it's KK's uncle, you got to be smarter than that than to do something like that. You know what I mean? But I can always put people in timeout or ban. I mean, if I have to lose subs, based off stuff like that, you have to be smarter. And usually you get little kids that are doing shit like that too. If you look up in the chat, all of KK's messages are deleted. All right. Well, we can go back in there if you end up, if you can go back in there and you can unban, if you want to go back in there and unban them. But I don't want to have that name in there. I slapped your bitch. Come on, dude. Don't be like that. You know what I mean? Don't be like that. Great Malenko. Uncle Mayu made me feel him. So I remember the media hating on and shaming the Eagles fan base after the Super Bowl, not to mention we have the Commanders in our division, SMH. We are the kindergartners in the league. We'll see where it goes. Yeah, Rick Boogs. Yeah, that might be the only one. Yeah, so I don't know if you want to go in there, if you have the ability to go in there, Sarah, and then if you want to try to go in there and unban I slap your bitch, if that's KK's uncle, you can do that. If you can go in there and do that. I'm not sure if I can do it on this particular StreamYard that I'm on right here. I don't know if I can check. Let me see if I can go in here. If it gives me, yeah, I think I have to go to my main page to do it. And I'm in the stream right now, so. But you don't play around like that, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to have the toxic people in here. It was? Okay. So if anyone can go in there and unblock him, then if he goes back to his regular profile, then we can do that, so. Rick Boogs. Said the Eagles, they had the best Super Bowl entrance of all time. Fly, Eagles, fly. Can't wait to get back to the big game. Super Bowl is a true underdog story. Yeah, and like I said, out of all the Super Bowl parades, the ones that I watched the most were obviously the Tampa Bay Super Bowl 37 with Gruden, Allstott, Warren Sapp, Simeon Rice, Derek Brooks, Ronnie Barber, John Lynch. That one. The boat parade last year. And when the Eagles won in 2017, I took 2 days off of work and just to watch the parade. Like, I'm not even lying, no cap. Because I really wanted to soak it in because the Eagles fans are a big part of this channel. And I wanted to kind of soak it in what it felt like those grandparents that died or the moms and dads, that aren't around anymore that didn't get to see the Eagles win. And it was a pretty emotional time. It's like Rocky, going up the steps in the movies. Like Philly needed that Super Bowl. And that underdog story with, slick Nick Foles, instead of Carson Wentz. And I predicted that they would win because the O-line was better. The D-line was better. Obviously, they had Jay Ajayi and the Four Horsemen, and, it worked out for them. It worked out for them. Everyone hate on my team. I love it. Yeah. It's okay, dude. The Cowboys, you know what I mean? They're going to have their day. You just need to end up getting a major change, right? So once you get your major change on the Cowboys, things are really going to start going in their direction. And the main thing is this guy right here. Once the Dallas Cowboys and Jerry Jones hire this guy, if it does happen, Cooper Kupp, shake and bake, baby. Shake and bake, Cooper. There we go. 3rd and 4, big first down, Cooper Kupp. Move the chains in the Super Bowl 56. But once you get this guy right here, you will win playoff games, guaranteed. But you're going to have to wait to see when that happens because you got to be able to have a leader that can take you to the promised land. And Sean Payton is it. Great Malenko in the building. What to do? We damn boys. Well, right. You know what I mean? But a lot of them are old school fans from a long time ago when they were the boys. We damn boys when they won, 3 championships in 4 years, and they almost won 4 out of 4. It was just that one year when the Niners beat them in the NFC Championship game when they had Dion. And once they had Dion there, it was pretty much whoever had Deion Sanders in 94 and 95 was going to win the Super Bowl. So if Dion would have re-signed in 95 with the Niners would have went back-to-back. But he went to the Cowboys, and then the Cowboys won. He was that good back then. Yeah. Rickenstein, my boy. Groovy Gus in the building. What'd he do? KK's step sis. I'm stuck in the washer, step bro. Why y'all trying to ban my step uncle? Oh shit. That's the thing, man. If people are gonna come up with some fake profiles or trying to pretend that there's someone that they're not, I don't have a problem giving them the boot or putting them in timeout, man. I don't want toxic people. Yeah, there are some good Cowboy fans, but obviously there's going to be some, toxic. Well, there's bad fans and there's douche canoes in every fan base. You know what I mean? Every fan base has got douche canoes. Okay. Forbidden Alchemy. I support Orion because during that 2017 season, when everyone is counting the Eagles out, he was the one pointing out our weapons, the 4 horsemen, Wentz, Foles, and I even chose the team in the Super Bowl. I mean, and like I said, a lot of people laughed at me. You know what I mean? But I gained a lot of respect on that, particular year and then moving forward too. So that's facts. Big facts. It's that KK steps as I'm stuck in the washer step, bro. You just got to be careful. That's what I'm saying, man. If you're going to be doing certain things, like I said, I've been doing this for 10 years. This is my 6th year on YouTube. You know what I mean? And I don't want people to go after my mods. If you're going to be mean and talk about what they look like, their appearance, use bad language, come after me. Like I said, if I have to have less people for subs, but we have a better group overall, and if I have, a couple of toxic people, let alone if they never donate and they're toxic, like, why are they there? You know what I mean? I don't want to have to fucking babysit. My job is not to babysit on YouTube. You know what I mean? I'm trying to, do good content and, and just bring it every show. So that's big facts. What are we sitting at right now as the Super Bowl is on? And we're at 150 on the Cash App, which is amazing. And then I don't know what we have on the YouTube Super Chat. But I'll tell you what, right now, with this 150 and your guys' generosity, you guys are the best fans on planet Earth. Like, seriously. I can actually pay my cell phone bill. I can go get dog food later tonight or tomorrow morning. Let's go a quick shout out. Sarah Small in the building, $5. She started off. And obviously with the Rams fan, $15. Wealthy Man, Prayer Man, 2009, $10. Eagles John, another Eagles fan, $5. Xavier Williams, all right, $40. Holly Hundo, $25. My boy Cyberpunk, $50. Chiefs fans are always donating heavy. Chiefs and Eagles. It used to be the Saints, but I don't know. Maybe some of the Saints fans fell off. Maybe because after they ended up getting hurt and Jameis went down. I don't know what it is, but Saints fans used to donate pretty heavy to me, and some of them still do. But it seems like the donations have trickled off a little bit. They've switched over to the Chiefs fans, the Eagles fans, the Broncos fans, and some other fan bases. But, I'm still going to be grinding it out. Still happy Odell got his Super Bowl, though. KK. I'm the real KK. If you are the real KK, all right, don't be doing the fake profiles. Don't be trying to pretend to be Justin Wells or Nola, because I don't want to have to ban an account that doesn't deserve to be banned. Okay. Justin Wills is not on thin ice like Nola. Nola's a little bit more on the thin ice. Maybe one day I'll have a different change of heart. But when you continue to do the same things over and over and over again, I don't want to have to babysit. That's just the main thing. Okay. Groovy Gus says, Holly, be my Valentine. Look at the picture on the profile. What is that? Is that like a Hershey Kiss, but orange? What is that with a face on it? Something like Nickelodeon character. Eagles fans are loyal to the end. We ain't going nowhere no matter how we doing in the league. The season meant a lot to us. Facts. Matt Payton, what's your go-to? Orion, what's your go-to karaoke song? I don't do karaoke, but if I'm going to do karaoke, I do one song. I do Warren G, Nate Dogg, Regulators. That's what I do. So I'll do that one. But other than that, I mean, if there's other songs I can do, but I'm not a singer. I can throw out someone call 911. Like, I can do little catchphrases and whatnot, but I can't sing. I'm not a singer. You know what I mean? I can be entertaining, but Rickenstein, I would donate, but Paula has control of all my money. Let's go. Love you guys and appreciate you guys very, very much. All right, time to drink some of this Modelo, I think. So did you ever get into it, Holly? Did you get into your pineapple beer? And the nice thing about the tall boys, you don't have to drink too much to get like a decent buzz. Couple, one or two, and then you're good. I mean, if you want to keep going, that you can. But, usually I don't have to get too crazy with it. One or two, and then you're good. But shout out to all the greats in the room and all the GOATs in the room. I love you and I appreciate you guys very much. Super Bowl is on again. I recommend watching it. They just had the OBJ touchdown. And like I said, I was very entertained. A lot of people were hating on the Rams. They were just hating on the whole, powerhouse team. But if you know the story about Stafford and his wife had some kind of like, I don't want to say like brain cancer. And some of y'all that know Stafford's wife's situation, I know she was sick and had some surgery and some issues. She was not good health-wise, and she had to battle it out. So her journey in Detroit and Stafford has been a long one, and they've donated a lot of money to Detroit youth, which I can really respect, giving back to the community. And he was just one of those guys, is kind of the likable loser in Detroit. And then he ended up going over there, and they replaced him for Goff. And then Cooper Kupp had the best season as a wide receiver ever. And then you have Aaron Donald there. You got Von Miller and OBJ. And I'll tell you what right now. All right, I'll tell you right now. Without this guy right here, there's no Super Bowl. Without this guy right here, there is no Super Bowl. And same thing goes for this guy. If you don't pick up Von Miller and you don't pick up OBJ, there is no Super Bowl for the Rams. As great as Aaron Donald is and Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp, if you don't have a supporting cast of OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr., or Von Miller, there's no Super Bowl. So it was awesome to be able to see the supporting cast. I think a lot of people didn't like it because they picked him up in the midseason. You know what I mean? But they went all in. I mean, it's like they haven't had a first-round draft pick. They're not going to have one for another like 3 or 4 years. You know what I mean? It's been like that for years already. So, I mean, they went all in. They took a risk, and it ended up working out, and they only won by 3. You know what I mean? But that shows you how great Burrow is, right, with no offensive line. I mean, you got Joe Mixon. I mean, let's take a quick look real quick, all right? Let's go down here and look at this. Zach Taylor. Out of all the coaches in the NFL, I probably would put him probably like top 12, all right? He has a chance to be top 5, but just not yet. There's other guys that are better. Burrow, I think right now you could say that he's a top 5 quarterback, maybe top 3. He's very good. You know what I mean? He's got a lot of potential, but I would probably put him somewhere between 5 or 6. I think there's other guys that are a little bit better, but he's very young. I mean, he has a chance to be, one of the top 2 quarterbacks in the league. Same thing with like Justin Herbert and Josh Allen. Mahomes is already up there as well. Rodgers, Russell Wilson, we already know who the GOATs are. And we'll see if Deshaun Watson can get better. And then you got Dak and Kyler and a few other guys like Lamar that are sprinkled in the top 10. But Burrow, the Tiger King, Joey Burr, Joey Franchise, very likable. I mean, this guy, I really feel the same thing would have happened with Justin Herbert. A lot of people would have fell in love with Justin Herbert and the Chargers if they would have made the Super Bowl. And I think that they will at some point. He's very likable. I mean, he's broken all the records for like yards and touchdowns in the first 2 years. They said that he couldn't play quarterback, that Burrow and Tua were going to be so much better. You watch. If they can actually get past the curse that's in, obviously, the Chargers, injuries with Derwin James and all this shit that goes on, I think you're going to have a similar type of year. All right. Joe Mixon is nice. Top 10 running back. Jamar Chase, top 5. Hit the gritty, right? Top 30 wide receiver, avoid the Boyd, Tyler Boyd. T. Higgins, top 30. Probably top 20. T. Higgins, he's nice, right? Uzomah, probably a top 15 tight end, T-Rex, probably one of the, top 10 pass rushers in the game. Jesse Bates III, he's the best coverage safety in the league in man or zone. He gets a pick almost every fucking game. He's money. You got the best kicker in the league, not named Justin Tucker. The kitty will go meow. It just didn't go meow yesterday, as Tom Grossi would say. So they got a future, but also remember, it's hard to get there. I mean, you got the Chiefs, all right? If Rodgers goes to the Broncos, you'll have him, right? You got Raiders, you got Chargers, right? You got a lot of teams. You got the Ravens. We'll see what Pittsburgh does. I mean, the AFC is fucking stacked. The Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen. I mean, there's so many good teams. There'll be like 8 or 9 teams punching each other in the face to try to get to the AFC Championship game. NFC is going to be very weak, and it's going to take a long time, for them to catch up, and that's facts. All right, I'm scrolling down. Forbidden Alchemy, karaoke song, Billy Joel. Okay. You did get into the pineapple beer. It's good, though, huh? It's good. I'm telling you, if you haven't tried it, go get a Modelo Chelada pineapple. It's hard to find. They're tall boys. They cost usually about $2.50 to $4 per can, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Yeah. I can't sing it unless I have like the regulators in the background. I have to actually have like the actual song going on. Matt Payton. We at what, 160? Only 40 more to 200. We can do that. We've been streaming for 2 hours and 34 minutes. So I'll probably do 3. So we'll probably go until 9 p.m. Pacific time. We'll probably go for another 36 minutes. Any other questions that you guys want to ask or anything like that? It would be, greatly appreciated. Anything you guys want to talk about? Unless I believe I can fly. You're going old school with that. That was like when I was a little kid. Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure if you can really do that, though. I don't know if that's illegal to do or not, but KK, there's the profile picture I'm used to seeing. Said just coming to support one of the lower channels. Appreciate you. Always love the support, since I am the underdog. I'm a booty YouTube channel. Horrible content. Horrible host. Nothing good here to see. Yeah, I love Herbert. He's awesome, man. Like I said, I watched him front row. You know what I mean? Usually when I would be in there, I'd be like, let's go, Justin. I would scream out. He'd look over. You know what I mean? And I was right there, next to the cheerleaders and the duck bench. When you sit front row like you have for the Chiefs and me for the Ducks, like it's different. Like the vibe is so cool. Like you're right there. And usually I'll be right behind the duck bench around the 20-yard line, somewhere between the 20 and the 50. It just depends on what, ticket prices are. And there's a lot of rich people that don't want to go and pay for parking, the drive after if you're drunk or whatever. Just all the extra shit that goes along with, driving there, the food, the parking, and all that. But usually I can get tickets that are like $500 seats for like face value that are like $100 each. So I always try to find those rich people that live in my neighborhood that are season ticket holders that don't want to go. I'll buy 4 tickets for like $400, and I'll take 3 of my friends and I'll pop the cherry for them that they've never been to a game, and then we'll have a great time. And I've done that many, many times. It's just always fun. And usually when I go, everyone knows who I am when I'm down there. I'm dripped in green apple duck gear with the Herbert jersey, green apple, everything, stunner shades, chains, all the O chains, the gloves. I'm usually on TV, on the Duck Vision board or on national TV. It's just a fun time. People buy me beers and give me free food. It's just like, I feel like a celebrity when I'm down there. It's definitely a very fun time. And everyone is just all about the same thing. Just like when you go to a Chiefs game, everyone just has the same love, Chiefs. Everyone has all the same love, Ducks. And it just feels good to go down there and, barbecue. And it's cool where I park. There's like a BMW dealership next to a bar. And then it's like 5 minutes, like a walk to the stadium. And then when you leave, the freeway is right there. So that way, when the game is over, I can go to the parking spot. Boom. I hop across a couple lanes and then I'm on the freeway. If you actually park next to the stadium, you're stuck there for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Oh, Jamar Chase with that leaping grab. Nice. What a catch. Yeah, I love Herbert a lot, but the problem with Herbert is I don't like the coach. They always have problems with Derwin James. They got Asante Samuel Jr., and they obviously got Rashawn Slater on the O-line. Keenan Allen's great. Mike Williams is gone, more than likely in free agency. They have Austin Eckler when they had Melvin Gordon. But the thing is, it's coaching and health. That's the problem with them. It's coaching and health. But I do think that Herbert will lead them, deep into the AFC Championship game sooner than later. He's got a lot of skills, but they have to have the right personnel for him to succeed. And we'll have to kind of see what they do and hopefully get over that curse, because I feel that the Chargers are cursed, kind of like the Lions. They have talent, but they always underachieve, and it sucks because I got a lot of friends that are Charger fans, and they always get their fucking hearts ripped out, because they just can't get it done. KK in the building. All right, Forbidden Alchemy. Appreciate you. I'll be back tomorrow, probably around 6 p.m. Pacific time. That's facts. D-I-E. Looking forward to Chiefs hosting the Rams this upcoming season. Ooh. Man, I'm already thinking football. I mean, I'm going to be doing a lot of coverage in the draft. I'll be trying to help you guys figure out who you're going to be picking in the draft. We'll be doing combine coverage, college football. I'll still be doing a lot of NFL every day. That's going to be the primary focus of the channel, NFL, college football. But I will be doing AEW, WWE, NASCAR, MLB, NBA. I'll be doing a little bit of everything, but I'm still going to be doing a lot of NFL. Okay. Oh, look at Holly Hundo wants to be able to do another dono on the Cash App, but needs someone to match. Anyone out there going to help me out? I think Cyberpunk 53 usually is willing if he's got the funds. And it's kind of funny because both of you guys are Chiefs. Chiefs. I appreciate that. You guys are so giving and so wonderful, man. It's just like the Chiefs fans, they always show love. And like I've always said, this is my favorite team to root for and watch. I wanted the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl this year. I won't lie. If it was going to be Chiefs and Rams, if it was Chiefs Bucks, of course I would want my team to win, right? But I wanted the Chiefs to go all the way. We had a talk last night with Ryan Strick, who's another Chief fan, and he tried to get into it with me. And like I said, when you guys ended up winning the Super Bowl, against the Niners, it was a fantastic time. But when we played each other in the Super Bowl, he was always talking trash to me on how you guys were going to beat my ass in the Super Bowl. I kept my mouth shut. I didn't have to talk back. You know what I mean? And obviously we can agree to disagree, but we were talking about Mahomes on, the inconsistency with the play calling, his consistency level on completing passes, the Uncle Momentum, and what happened, obviously, in that game against the Bengals. And hopefully that Eric Bieniemy stays. And like I said, to a certain degree, certain teams have figured Mahomes out, and he's not feared as much as he was early in his career. Hopefully he gets back to being the guy that everyone fears. Talent-wise, he's still at the top of the board, but we want him to be the old Mahomes. And if that means that he has to let go of his girlfriend, Brittany, and maybe get rid of his brother, Jackson, I'm all for it. I know that's not going to happen, but I think that those people are a big distraction. I know Brittany is a love of his life, been with her since like junior high school. Jackson is just a nuisance, though. I think he's just jealous of Pat, and everything that he has in the NFL, but I'm still rooting for the Chiefs every year. You got to get a better running back than this, though. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is an RB2. Got to get someone better, but you got the best tight end in the league, and Travis Kelce, the best dancer as well. Also, he might go down in history as the best ever. You got Tony Gonzalez, who's at the top. You got Gronk. You got Travis Kelce, right? You got a lot of guys out there. Shannon Sharp, right? George Kittle possibly in the future. But Kelce, to me, in this generation, he is the Tony Gonzalez of this generation, and both played for the Chiefs. Figure that. Tyreek the Freak Hill. The one thing against him, he probably shouldn't have said, we're going to win 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 championships. It looked like that after you guys beat the Niners, but it's showing you how hard it is to get back there and win. But I still believe in you guys. I think you guys are going to win many Super Bowls before it's said and done. Tyrann Mathieu, my favorite player on the defense. More than Chris Jones, or Frank Clark. Mecole Hardman, you're a pretty good wide receiver too, but I think you're a wide receiver 3. They need someone to match Tyreek on the other side. They need to look in the draft. Andy Reid, all right, he likes 3 things. He loves cheeseburgers, chocolate cake, and the NWSF. Look at that face. Look at that face right there. He said, God damn, O-Dog and that NWSF. I like him. Look at that. This is Holly Hundo's favorite picture. Here's looking at you, kid. I love you. Eric Bieniemy, I like your play calling, but you were very sus in that game against the Bengals. Step it up, my dude. One of the top 3 kickers in the game, Harrison Butt Kicker. I see you. Chiefs. I always show the love. You know what I mean? The best fans on planet Earth, you guys, the Fanatic family. This might be one of the best photos that I have. Literally, out of all the photos I have, this one might be my favorite. Just Andy Reid in his classic form with the stash. Looking good. You look good, Andy. That might be my favorite one. I know Holly always cracks up when I pull that one up. That's a good one. I had to search for that one too. But that one is a fantastic one. Appreciate you guys very much. Groovy Gus in the building. Great Malenko. He said, I gave Orion my last $5. Appreciate that. The Brian McKnight, Backstreet Boys, Avril Lavigne, Eminem, All-Star by Smash Mouth. That's like bringing me back to like Madden days. Wow. Yeah, we appreciate you guys very, very much. Yeah, Paula, you had to like download it. Yeah, and you did do an awesome job, Paula, with the super chats when things were kind of at a standstill. You did some big ones, to kind of get the dono train going, and I really thank you for that. Same thing with Sarah. Sarah usually is the first one to donate, sometimes even before the stream even starts. And if it's like a $5 or a $10, even the Cash App or on the YouTube super chat, she normally would do. On the YouTube super chat, but lately has been doing Cash App like a lot of the others, and that is a little bit more beneficial for me because then that way I can help buy things immediately instead of having to wait a month and then having like 30% taken out. But yeah, maybe you can get the Cash App. You have to download it, and then you maybe just take it like undownload it, download it again, have it on your phone, and then you have to just do the basic questions and have your bank account. The bank account has to be linked to it, so maybe it's like your routing number or your account number, and you have to make sure that that's correct, and then it should be good to go for the Cash App. Unless you have like Chase or whatever and Zelle. I have Zelle and I have Venmo too. So I mean, there's other ways to go about it if you can't get the Cash App, but whatever way you do is very appreciative. Cyberpunk says, let's do it. He said, let's do it. He said, let's do the donos, baby. He said, see, not all Chiefs fans are toxic. No, I don't even think Ryan Schrick is toxic. But the thing is that he was really talking a lot of shit prior to the Super Bowl when we played each other and tried to act like he wasn't. Like, I didn't want to, I'm not going to air the dirty laundry out, but you can look at the messages. I kept my mouth quiet. I was confident that we were going to win that game. But I always have learned if you talk too much, karma will come back. Just ask Eli Apple, okay? Eli Apple will let you know. Look at him right here. It's not going to be a good look for you. I mean, the guy that got burned for 2 touchdowns, he talked shit about Nolans and the city, the garbage food, where he was in New York. He talked shit about that. And then what happened? You got roasted on the biggest stage of them all. And that's why you don't open your mouth and you're like that. You have to have humble pie once in a while. Cyberpunk 53, he's down with it. Holly Hundo's down with it. Your icon is a blob. Okay, there we go. It's like Groovy Gus and Holly. There we go. Valentine's for life. Appreciate you guys. And like I said, Chiefs fans, I think, probably donate the most to me besides the Eagles fans. I think besides the fact of, Nate the Great, whenever he does like a $500 donation here and there. But I think consistency, I think the Chiefs and the Eagles are by far the number 1 and number 2. I think Chiefs is number 1, and I think Eagles is number 2. There's a lot of love from the Chiefs and the Eagles fans, and I love those two teams. I really do. I love watching those teams and following that journey. Yeah, Cyberpunk 53. Yeah, Chiefs. Yeah. I know. I always get you right there. See? That's why I bring the Chiefs fans together. Cyberpunk has been donating to me for a long time. You know what I mean? But like I said, as of late, maybe since, I went full time with it, when you're not in the room, Holly, when you're busy working, doing other things, preparing to run a marathon or a triathlon or playing with your cat, or maybe you're in Grossi's stream. Cyberpunk has been dropping 50 to 100 almost every day on the stream. There's been times where we've been sitting at $20 for like 3 hours. And then he'll come in at the end and give us like a 50. And then we'll finish the night at like a 75, which is huge. You know what I mean? Because especially when you're going for 2 or 3 hours, you want to be at least at 50, somewhere in that range at minimum. But then when you have a hero like Cyberpunk 53 coming up big, I mean, he saved the streams more than I can tell you. There's been a lot of times where we've been sitting at 20, 25, 30, touchdown, Cooper Cup, gang. And and that's why I want to make sure that, he knows that he is one of the GOATs. I appreciate you guys very, very much. Cyberpunk 53. All right, Chiefs. Holly Hundo, Chiefs. Now you found out that you're both Chiefs fans together. Orion brings people together. All right, Chiefs. And Holly's favorite, Andy Reid. Cyberpunk 53, Holly Hundo. Here's looking at you, kid. Chiefs. Let's go. And we got Odin's son. Ryan Schreck. I mean, there is a lot of Chiefs fans on the channel. I think Chiefs and Eagles and Saints were probably the 3 highest out of the fan bases. I got you that one with the Andy Reid. I'll have to find some more Andy Reid ones, but that one's the best one. Yeah, Andy don't look at his whip that way. Only cheeseburgers, chocolate cake. Sorry, not sorry. I think you're right. I mean, I'm a foodie too. You know what I mean? I got an extra LBs, little pounds in the stomach. I think my face is skinny enough, and you know what I mean. I'm not like super strong. You know what I mean? But legs aren't too toned. But I mean, I definitely, if there's one area that I could lose a little bit, is definitely in the midsection. But I mean, I like to eat. That's my problem. I really like to eat food. I mean, it's like, do I want to sacrifice, eating food and have a 6-pack and 8-pack and be like miserable, or have a little bit of LBs and I can work on it by walking Paisley, and then maybe I can eat what I want. So, that's kind of how it goes. Appreciate you guys. See, now I brought you guys together. See, I had a feeling, Holly, that you didn't know that he was a Chiefs fan. Because, I mean, most of the Chiefs fans, they kind of know who they are in the building. Chief Gone Chief, another one. There we go. What to do? Chief Gone Chief, another one that donates to the channel that supports me through and through. Hey, you're late, but I'm grouping all you Chiefs fans together. All right? You guys are the best, man. Always showing love. It's my favorite team to watch. And that's what I was trying to tell Ryan Schreck. You know what I mean? Because anytime, like, if you have criticism towards like a player, like if I was talking about Mahomes, where people don't fear him, instead of him being like, agreeing with that statement, he said, well, you guys don't have a fucking quarterback. What does that have to do with anything? Where did the conversation go where Mahomes isn't feared as much, and then you have to talk shit and saying that Brady's gone and my team's going to be, garbage? Like, certain people get so offended. I mean, I know we love our teams and we love our players, but it's not like I'm doing it in a hurtful way. I mean, I'm not biased. I have a love for all 32 teams and great players, but I guess sometimes people get triggered. So it is what it is. Is it this stream or Grossi's where someone posts every time they poop? Not here. I don't think here. I don't think here. Is that what happens? Someone poops and then they do that? The 12 and Grossi stream, Gavin always announced he's pooped. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say, I would remember if someone said, hey, I just pooped and they were in here. That's funny. Commanders picks. Yeah, well, we'll have some. Chase Young, Scary Terry McLaurin. We'll have some of those. And that's awesome, Paula. I really do appreciate you because I know you were having some issues with the Cash App. But, yeah, your donations were huge last night, like I said, because, even if it's like 20, 25, 10, 15, like there's certain moments in a stream where it's like, it's like a dono train needs to start. And then when you get the person to kind of start the train and get it going, then the momentum starts to build. So, I mean, I really do appreciate you that very much. The poop combo, hey, it's okay, man. Everyone poops. Everyone poops, right? It happens. Let's get to 200. We're at 160. Well, it sounds like Holly Hundo and Cyberpunk 53 are going to match a stream dono. There we go. Holly Hundo. Bang! $25 by Holly Hundo. Thank you so much. And it looks like Cyberpunk 53 will match that or even do more because that's what he does. Thank you so much. Holly Hundo, always supporting the cause. $25 dono on the Cash App. Thank you so much. And Cyberpunk 53 has been one of the MVPs. I mean, we have Nate the Great. We got Holly Hundo. Cyberpunk 53 is in the top 3 now. I mean, he's up there. I mean, he's been really putting in work for me, and I really appreciate that. Yeah, Holly Hundo with a 25er on the Cash App. I'm about to put it in here, and I think Cyberpunk is about to match or do more because he's a G. Appreciate you. Bang! Holly Hundo, $25, a 25er dono on the Cash App. Thank you. Bang, 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 bang. Thank you. Bill Brewer, my boy. Bang! Cyberpunk 53 matching. Thank you. And that was a nice thing for you to bring up that you wanted a dono but someone to match. I mean, that doesn't really happen that often here. Appreciate you for even just bringing that up to have someone do that. Thank you so much. My boy, Cyberpunk 53. I'm going to be able to go to Petco tomorrow. I'm going to go buy Paisley some dog food. I'm going to get her some toys for these extra donations so I can pay my cell phone. I'm going to go and get dog food. I'm going to use some of this money for dinner for Valentine's Day. We're going to go to Red Lobster probably on Friday or Saturday. I imagine it'll be like $100 to $200, and I'll be streaming pretty much every day. But then we can maybe buy a little bit more crab legs, Jameis Winston, or some lobster tail, or I like fried shrimp and things like that. So that definitely helps. Thank you so much. There we go. Bang! Let's go, baby. First, we got Holly Hundo. She said, I need somebody to match. $25 on the Cash App. And then Cyberpunk 53 is like, no problem. I'll take care of you. Bang! $25. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you guys. The best fans on planet Earth. Appreciate you guys very, very much. We're at 200 on the Cash App. God, you guys are beautiful people. You don't understand how much you guys mean to me. Things cost so much money nowadays, and like being able to have money right away. Because if I got $200 on the YouTube Super Chat, I have to wait till next month, like February. What are we in? We're in February now. I'd have to wait till March 21st or March 20th, and I would only probably get a fraction of it. You know what I mean? They would take 35% away. And it looks like we got another dono on here as well. Someone else supporting the cause. Who is this? Chief Gone Chief. Bang! Another Chiefs fan for dono. Keep grinding. $10. Dude, Chiefs. Thank you. The Chiefs fans are always doing good things. Thank you so much, Chief Gone Chief. Chief Gone Chief is a pretty regular dono, a baller himself. It's usually a tenner every stream or more, or multiple tenors. Thank you so much, man. 10 goes a long ways, dude. Dog food ain't cheap. You guys started the Chief Dono train. I love it. Bang! Oh, I didn't click on it. Bang! Cyberpunk. Holly Hundo. Chief Gone Chief. Bang, 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 bang. $10. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. You guys are awesome. Thank you so, so much. Chief Gone Chief, you're great. Appreciate you. Oh, man. So you make almost as much in donos as the Sports Fury. I think I make more personally because I usually have 20 people or less in the room, and I have people that donate 100, 200, 300, right? And they have way more people than me. You know what I mean? They usually have hundreds to thousands of people in the room. I have 20 or less every time. I usually make more money in donos than I do in total views of a video. That's facts. So if you look at Sports Fury and these other channels, they have way more subs than me, and they have way more people in the room. I usually have 20 or less, and I can make somewhere between 50 and 600 on a stream. Think about that for a second. 20 people or less, and I'm usually sitting at 100, 200, 400, 500, 600. You know what I mean? Like Nate the Great has donated 500 twice. Holly Hundo has donated 300 multiple times. You know what I mean? I don't see any other streamer on Twitch or on YouTube that has 20 people or less at all times, typically, because YouTube's hating on me, that have that type of donos. So if Sports Fury's got more, they probably have, 800 more people in the room. I mean, shit, can you imagine if I had 100 people in the room, 50 people in the room, 200 in the room, 1,000 in the room? I mean, if I had Grossi type numbers, I feel that I would make just as much as him, if not more, because I feel that people donate more dollar for dollar, person for person to me than any other channel. I mean, it's unheard of. That's the loyalty and the respect, the hard work, the grind. You know what I mean? It's amazing. You know what I mean? I'm able to, not work any other jobs, and I'm able to do this full time. And like I said, this is not a normal thing. You're never going to see another channel with 20 people or less regularly in the room being able to make a living like this. It's because the fan base is incredible. Quality over quantity. You know what I mean? And if I had 1,000 people in the room and, you're not getting donations or anything like that, or if you have a bunch of little kids in there, that's one thing. But, I've been doing this for 10 years. You know what I mean? The donos mean something. I don't get, the big views anymore. You know what I mean? The YouTube has been kind of hating. So I don't get ad revenue. That's like $50 or less. I can't live off $50 and pay my rent. You know what I mean? So I have to hustle and grind. And like I said, the fans are incredible. Like I said, I haven't felt so loved. And with like depression and anxiety and everything I got going on, I mean, you can compare me to Sports Fury, but it's not a comparison. Because I'll tell you what, if I had as many subs and views per video than them, I'd be blowing their donos out of the water. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? That's facts. Sarah Small, she says, I don't want to get in on the action. Oh, baby, look at this. Sarah Small, bang, $5. Uh-oh, we're on a dono train now. Orion makes the most per capita. I do. Sarah Small. There we go. Sarah wants to get on the donation train. Bang! $5. $5 foot long. Look, they're coming in hot and heavy now. Uh-oh. Let's go. Hot and heavy. Chief Gone Chief with a 10. Sarah with a 5. Holly Hundo with another 20 for Chiefs fans killing it tonight. Appreciate you. And I think a lot of it has to come down to, what we have in common. Being a good person, being honest, being genuine, being real, not fake. Having love for cats and dogs and pets and, and just caring about other people more than yourself. Because that's always how I've been. I always want to check up on the fans. Like, when Zini Panini's sister died to OD, me and Prayer Man sent her money to get her Eagles merch. And then instead of buying merch for herself, she gave money to her mom on NFL Shop and helped her buy some Bengals merch because I guess her mom has been a longtime Bengals fan. And then I sent her more money to buy her, like flip-flops and T-shirts, just something to say, I'm sorry of what happened. And, we love you. We appreciate you. And I don't have to do that. Will the Thrill was going to have his power out in Scotland, and I sent him some money to have his power turned back on. I mean, I don't have to do those things, but if you guys show me love and we check up on each other and we help each other out and I'll have a little bit extra, you know what I mean? I'm always going to show love back. Like my boy Marcos Pineda, 12th man, he broke his ankle. He works at Nike headquarters. He wasn't working for 3 weeks. No money was coming in. His girlfriend, wifey got COVID. They have like 3 kids. So I was worried about him. His phone got turned off. I sent him $100 to get the phone turned back on. I mean, those are the type of things that you do, when you're a caring individual. You know what I mean? That's what you do. Holly Hundo with another 25er. Thank you so much. If you look at Sports Fury's numbers and look at the people that they have in the room, it's not even close. They're always at a high number, and they're already at a huge number in subs. I mean, they're at like, 120, 150K subs. I'm at 20K. You know what I mean? I got 20 people or less in the room. They have thousands in the room. It's not even close. More per capita, and obviously, person for person, the quality over quantity. Great people in this room. Holly Hundo, bang, $20. Bang, 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 bang. That's for the Chiefs fans, baby. That's for the Chiefs fans. Matthew Birch wants to get in. $1. Appreciate you. Even $1 counts. Matthew Birch, some people think, $1 doesn't count. Orion doesn't care. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Thank you, Matthew. Matthew Birch with a $1. People think that the $1 doesn't matter. It does. That can go towards a dog bone. That can go towards a dog toy. Dog toys aren't cheap. I can buy a dog toy for Paisley and it can be ruined in like 10 minutes. So like the stuffed animals, we try not to do that. We have to get like harder things like bones. You know what I mean? So they have like these like Tonka wheels with ropes. She likes ropes and bones. So even $1 goes a long ways. $1 for Matthew Birch. That's my boy. Thank you, dude. Matthew Birch. Bang, 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 bang. $1 foot long. Maybe not even a 6-inch, but that can help go towards some dog toys. I'll tell you that right now. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you. Appreciate you. Matthew Birch getting in on the dono party. Uh-oh. Cyberpunk 53. We're on a Chief dono train. Uh-oh. Cyberpunk 53. He's back at it again. And a lot of you guys work really hard like me, and people are like, how do you guys get so many donos? Well, do you realize Nate the Great works 16-hour days, 80 hours a week? Do you know Cyberpunk 53 works 11-hour days, 6 days a week? Holly Hundo works hard. Like a lot of us work a lot. You know what I mean? So even if you're making money, you know what I mean? Like a lot of the people are working insane hours. Bang, another $10. That's on behalf of Elliot Air Whitey. Woo! There we go. There we go. $10 by Holly Hundo. That's for Elliot. Elliot's like, I'm a college kid. Elliot's probably one of the biggest supporters. Obviously Brute Saint, if they could donate, maybe they would. I don't know how old Brute Saint is, but I always take care of Elliot. Elliot's one of my favorite young guns. He's a Saints fan, but he's not biased. He is one of my favorites, and we ended up getting him a hoodie, an NWSF hoodie that I know he loves. Appreciate that. Oh, let's go Cyberpunk 53. We're on a dono train. Cyberpunk. These Chiefs fans are the best. I don't know if there's anybody better than these Chiefs fans. I'm telling you. Let's go. Thank you. Look at this. Bang! Another one. First, you got the Holly Hundo with the tenor for Elliot and Air Whitey. Bang! Cyberpunk 53. Bang, 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 bang. Another 20. 13 people in the room, and we're almost at what? $300? Yes, I'm sorry, but Sports Fury and these other people, they don't got the same fan base as me. I mean, I would rather have 13 quality people than have 1,300 little kids that don't donate. You know what I mean? This is an amazing group of people. Thank you so much, man. The best fans on planet Earth. It's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. I got so many Cash App notifications on my screen, it's taken over my whole phone. My goodness. 276. Keep the dono train going. 3 hours and 4 minutes in the stream. We might keep going. We'll see. I mean, I think 300 would be a good number if we can get there. I mean, you guys have done way more than you needed to already, but it is going to go to a good cause. Groceries, my cell phone, dog food that I need to buy. That's absolutely true. Let's go over $256 on the Cash App, 20 on the YouTube Super Chat. You guys are going to make me cry, man. You guys are just so amazing. Let's go over all the names if I can here. There's so many donos on here, I can't even go through all of them. Sarah Small, $5. Rams Fan, $15. Prayer Man, $10. Eagles John, $5. Xavier Williams, Rams Fan, $40. Holly Hundo, $25. Cyberpunk 53, $50. Holly Hundo, $25. Cyberpunk 53, $25. Chief Gone Chief, $10. Sarah Small, $5. Holly Hundo, $20. Matthew Birch, $1. Bill Brewer, Cyberpunk 53, $20. Holly Hundo, $10. Man, you guys are amazing. Man, you guys are good. Thank you so much. So what is that? So what are we at? 276. So we need what? 24 for an even 3. We can do that. We got the Rams and the Bengals in the building. And Holly, thank you so much. That's very generous for you, and obviously to represent Air Whitey. I mean, I never give Elliot a hard time. I think it's awesome. Every time I post something, I can always count on you, Holly, and Sarah to retweet it. If I'm doing something on Twitter, like if I'm doing a stream. Elliot is the first one on my Instagram every fucking time that likes the post and makes a comment, gang, I look real good today, whatever it is. You know what I mean? And then we ended up getting him a hoodie, the NWSF hoodie for him. I thought that would be something nice for someone that's in college, that funds are limited. And if we can make a difference for someone where they can keep warm and they can have something comfortable, represent something that they really love. He is a big part of the channel, Elliot Evans. I really do appreciate you. And even though maybe money's tight, you're the type of person that once you do have a good job, if you could donate, I know you would. So it's not like some of the people that will never donate to me ever, you know what I mean? Or maybe they're a closet hater, or they're just, whatever, just watching and they never talk. You are a big supporter of the channel. I appreciate you guys very, very much, man. The great Malenko. I work hard 8 hours a day. Yeah, it's tough. Trust me. I used to work 8 to 10 hours a day on the phones. It definitely gets you to a point, you know what I mean, where you can get, depression and you get angry and all that. It's tough. I get it, man. I won't do customer service or phone sales ever again. There we go. Holly Hundo. Bang. $10. Sorry, didn't mean to leave you out. Groovy Gus and the great Malenko. Bang, 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 bang. Groovy Gus. Valentine's. Groovy Gus. Holly Hundo. Bang, 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 bang. Even Paula's in the action. There we go. $5. Go Hawks. Go Hawks. Go Hawks. Coming to a Super Bowl near you. Appreciate you very much. I wonder if I have my Russell Wilson picture still up. I know I got the Buccaneers one. Do I have the Seahawk one? Oh, look at that. It's for you, Paula. Steve Largent for you. Russell Wilson for you. Dangerous. Mr. Unlimited. Appreciate you very, very much. Steve Largent, Russell Wilson, dangerous. That's for you, Paula. Thank you so much. There we go. What are we at now? What are we at now? We're at a good number right now. 256 on the Cash App, and then whatever we're on here as of late. We're pretty close. What are we at? $9 more? We can do that. $9 more to hit to an even 300. That'd be awesome. $9. A $9 foot long. Oh, man. But yeah, just kind of recapping the show and everything that we were going over earlier in the day. Super Bowl was wild. As we go over here, I'll take Paula's comment on there because Paula is a GOAT. She had problems with the Cash App, but she was a big contributor to the Super Bowl stream, donated like 20s at a time. And like I said, I appreciate you very much. Holly Hundo, always going above and beyond. One of the GOATs of the channel, that's for sure. Always have been and always will be. But as far as what we saw in the Super Bowl 56, great halftime show by Dre, Snoop, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, and Kendrick Lamar. Amazing battles between McVay, Burrow, Odell tore his ACL. The battle of these guys, one starting their career in Joe Burrow, Joey Burr, and Matthew Stafford. Super Bowl 56, Johnny with the thumbnail. And then Sean McVay, the youngest coach, right, to get a Super Bowl. It looks good on him. You know what I mean? The Rams finally got it done. They went all in. Eli Apple is trash. Cooper Kupp had one of the greatest seasons a wide receiver has ever seen. Aaron Donald is amazing. He might walk away from the game. And if you look at this starting five, it was an unbelievable starting five. Cooper Kupp, Odell, Von Miller, Aaron Donald, and Matthew fucking Stafford. Sean McVay definitely did his thing. Kevin O'Connell will be the new head coach of the Vikings. I see a lot of McVay in him. So don't be surprised if Aaron Rodgers leaves to the Denver Broncos or the AFC. The Vikings will run the North. King of the North, as Jon Snow would say in Game of Thrones. Matthew Stafford is a baller. Matthew Stafford is a boss. No more that likable loser from Detroit. You have a Lombardi hanging in your closet. Andrew Whitworth, all right? The Walter Payton Man of the Year. He did his speech in NFL Honors and made me cry. What a real dude. Been in the league a long time. Cam Akers, Darrell Henderson, Sony Michel. The running game, I see you, but it's all about Cooper Kupp and Cooper Kupp, Odell Beckham, OBJ, Van Jefferson, I see you. Your boy put in a lot of work with a lot of the thumbs, a lot of the HD pictures. Aaron Donald, the best defensive player maybe ever. Von Miller, Jalen Ramsay, Ramley in the building. And on the flip side, Zach Taylor, you're going to have your chance, bro. You'll be back in the next 5 years. Joey Burrow, the Tiger King, all right? Joey Burr. Joe Shiesty, get the get, LSU. I see you. Joe Mixon should have got the ball on 3rd down and 1, but they went to Samaje Perine. Zach Taylor, don't make that mistake again. Jamar Chase is a top 5 wide receiver. We love it when he hits the gritty, okay? Tyler Boyd, avoid the Boyd is great, top 30 wide receiver. T. Higgins, top 25, scored a couple tutties in the Super Bowl, but it wasn't enough. CJ Uzomah, injured, but he tried his best. T-Rex, formerly of the Saints, he smells what the Rock is cooking. Jesse Bates III, the best safety that's not known across the league. He gets picks all the time. Great in coverage in man and zone. The best kicker not named Harrison Butker, the butt kicker, or Justin Tucker, Evan McPherson, the kitty goes meow. And for the Chiefs fans, some of the best fans in the room, always showing love. Patrick the Clone Mahomes, Showtime, the Reaper, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Travis Kelce, Tyreek the Freak Hill, Tyron Matthew, Honey Badger, Chris Jones, Chris Jones, I see you, McCole Hardman, Frank Clark, Eric Bieniemy, Harrison the Butt Kicker, and guess who? Holly Hundo's favorite. Here's looking at you, kid. I love cheeseburgers, hamburgers, chocolate cake, and the NWSF. Oh, baby. That Orion guy, he's good. Chief gone Chiefs in the building. So, your boy puts in work. You ain't going to get a broadcast like this anywhere else. And that is big facts. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys very, very much. Where we sitting at $291, $9 to an even $300 would be fantastic if we can get there. If not, you guys have done more than enough. It's no problem. I probably want to try to go to the store here. I'll probably try to go to Safeway and try to pick up a few things. I'll be going to Petco in the morning. And like I said, this is going to help out with a lot of stuff. My cell phone bill will be paid. Thank you guys so much. That's over like $100. So it just sucks when you have to pay that much for a cell phone. So that will be taken care of. Thank you guys so much. It'll also go towards dog food, which is not cheap. Paisley will be eating good. Some lamb dog food, obviously for the puppy. She's 6 months old. Maybe some dog toys. And then we'll save some of the money as well for dinner for Valentine's Day for me and the girlfriend. We'll end up going to Red Lobster probably on Friday or Saturday. And if you guys have ever been to Red Lobster or a restaurant, you guys know how expensive it can be. A dinner for two is usually like $100 to $150. So thank you guys so much. And I'll be back. I'll be grinding on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'll be, grinding it out. Holly Hundo says, come on. $9. Can I get a $9 holla? Can I get a $9 holla? $9, $9 over here, $9, $9. Joe Burrow over here, $9, $9 over here, $9 over here, $9, $9, $9, $9. $9 here, $9 there. Adventures with AG in the building. What to do? Congratulations, man. Super Bowl champs. I imagine it feels very, very good. The thing is the quality of people, and like that message before. He's like, you just make a little bit less than, the Sports Fury. They have two people. They didn't have a partner give up on them. They have thousands of more people in the room than I do. I literally have typically 20 or less, and you can still hit $200, $300, $400, $500, $600. I've never seen that anywhere else. If I hop into other people's streams, usually the people that are making $200, $300, $400, $500, $600, $1,000 or more, they have thousands of people that are in the room, not 14. It's all about quality over quantity, and that's big facts. Every one of you guys are the GOATs in the room. You guys go so above and beyond. And I appreciate you guys very much. Chief gone chief. Russell Wilson been my favorite QB since he was drafted when Mahomes came in the league. Yeah, I love Danger Russ. Mr. Unlimited. Russell Westbrook, extremely limited. Yes, he needs to come off the bench. That's facts. Blake Midget in the building. What do you do? Fuck, I haven't seen you in a while. How are you? If the Panthers get Watson, could they be in the Super Bowl next year with help to the O-line? We probably need a little bit more. Run CMC needs to stay healthy. I love DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson. I love a lot of the guys that you have. JC Horn got hurt. I ended up making that prediction correct in the NFL draft. If he plays anything like Patrick Surtain, you guys will be nice. Build up the defense, build up the O-line. You got to figure out, if Run CMC is someone you want to stick with or not. And Deshaun Watson might be on the Panthers, maybe Tampa Bay. I know he's got legal issues, though. So we got to figure that out. The Saints will still be in the running. Tampa will be in the running, depending on if we get Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, or someone else. Panthers could be in the mix as well. And even the Falcons are starting to get a little bit better. I think the NFC is up for grabs. But yeah, I mean, if Deshaun Watson can still play football, and if he's a sexual predator, and if he ends up being relieved from his charges that are against him, Deshaun Watson was a top 4 quarterback. If you remember, it was Patrick Mahomes, right? Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson for years. He was like a top 4 quarterback, but he hasn't played in a year, so he might have dropped off a little bit. So we got to have to kind of wait and see where he's at and how good he is at this point. Groovy Gus and his Valentine, Holly Hundo, Elliot, Blake, everyone in the building. Air Whitey, what to do? You had to go into hiding. Air Whitey. Oh, baby. You guys are the best fans. We need, $9? We need $9 to end the stream off on a good note, and then I can end up going to the store and doing that. Do we have a $9? Do we have a $9 for dog food for Paisley? $9 holla. It could be $4.50 and $4.50 or a $9, but we can have a nice even $300 to end the stream. $2.56 on the Cash App, and then whatever we have, $9. What's $2.91 minus 56? So that's what we have. What $2.91? I'm Asian, so I should already do this in my head, but obviously I have to bust out the calculator. What, $2.91? What, minus 256? So $35 on the YouTube Super Chat, $2.56 on the Cash App. Any Cash Apps? Cash App here, Cash App there. $9 for some dog food. There we go. Thank you, man. We hit the goal. Cyberpunk 53, always coming up big. Thank you, dude. We can end the stream off on a good note there. Thank you so much, dude. And this will go to a good cause, dude, for sure. Oh. Scott D'Angelo in the building. Never seen you in here. It's I don't care if Deshaun Watson is guilty. If he can lead us to the Super Bowl, I want him. Well, that means that you don't care about having any morals or standards for your organization, and that's sad. Because I know the Panthers want to win a Super Bowl since Cam Newton in 2015, but if you have someone that's a sexual predator on the roster, what does that say about the quarterback, your team, and the message that you're saying that you don't care about anything besides winning a Super Bowl. That's scary. All right. For me, it's about quality people, like the quality people in this room. You know what I mean? You don't want necessarily to have people that are criminals, doing things like that, especially if you have 20 females accusing you of being a sexual predator. Some of them are lying, and maybe some of them are for clout, but it's not one or two females. It's 20 plus. So I get where you're coming from if you want the Panthers to be champions, but I wouldn't want him on my team if he ends up being found guilty. I mean, like I said, I'd rather go a different direction. Like I said, it's seemed like a really cool guy, but you never really know someone outside of football unless you really know them personally. That's just kind of what my feeling is on it. So, of course, I would love to win another Super Bowl again, but I wouldn't want to have someone that is in that category if he's found guilty. Bang, $9, Cyberpunk 53, ending the stream off on a great note. We hit $300 with 12 people in the room. No other stream can do that. You guys are the best fans on planet Earth. Uncle Momentum, the Dono train got started by all y'all. And it's a bunch of the Chiefs fans. Chief Gone Chief, Cyberpunk 53, Holly Hundo, $300 in donations. And we're sitting at 13 people in the room. You guys are the best fans on planet Earth. I love you, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. Deshaun Watson said his name was Uncle Mo, and they, yeah, Uncle Momentum. It's just like, Peter Schrager stealing my Uncle Mo and my Uncle Momentum. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very much. I've been streaming now for 3 hours and literally 20 minutes. We hit $300 in the donos. I'll be back tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. I'll be doing WWE Elimination Chamber on Saturday at 9 a.m., Daytona 500 on Sunday at 11:30 a.m., and the NBA All-Star Game as well on 5 o'clock, I believe, on Sunday Pacific time. So I'll keep grinding it out. You guys are the best fans on planet Earth. Hopefully that your elderly dad is okay. Like I said, the Chiefs in the building, Eagles fans, Colts fans, all of y'all. I can't tell you how much I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. Blake, that is true. Bengals fans, they said they're going to be back, but sometimes you only have that one opportunity, and sometimes you got to wait a long time to get to that point. That's facts. Appreciate you guys very, very much. I'll be back again. The gang came through. Paula, Holly, Elliot, everyone in the Groovy Gus got a Valentine from Holly Hundo. I mean, I don't know if that's not a successful night with Groovy Gus in that little picture of that blob, getting the approval of Holly Hundo with the Valentine. I mean, that made my night. We're good to go. You guys are the best fans on planet Earth. I love you and I appreciate you. Quality over quantity. This is going to go towards cell phone, food, bones, dog toys. I'll post some stuff on Instagram tomorrow and Twitter, and I'll be back at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and we'll talk some football or anything sport related. Hopefully there's some breaking news. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys. Groovy Gus is the MVP for sure with that freaking picture of the blob, all right? I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys. Shout out to everyone that donated in the room. I love you guys so much. Let's go over just a quick breakdown because I don't want to leave people unleft or unheard. $265, okay? That's just on the Cash App alone. 35. All right, 35 on the YouTube Super Chat. A big chunk from Holly Hundo as well. Let's take a quick look. There's so many donations in here, I can't even see them all. My gosh, you guys are crazy. Okay, let's see here. I scrolled way far. I went way too far. Here we go. All right, it's having a hard time loading them all because there's so many. Uh-oh. All right, let's try again. Let's see here. Now the phone is being trying to argue with me. Bill, Matthew, Holly, Sarah, Chief Gone Chief, Xavier Williams, Steven, Wealthy Man, Rams fan. Appreciate you guys very, very much. Holly Hundo, everyone in the building, Elliot, Sarah, everyone. Love you. Matthew Evans says 10 more minutes. Well, I have been streaming for 3 hours and 22 minutes. The average person would never even do anything past an hour or two unless it's a game. Blake Midget in the building. I haven't seen you in a while. Come back in the stream. You're more than welcome. Matthew Evans as well. I love you guys and appreciate you guys very, very much. I'm going to go hang out with my girlfriend if she's not sleeping, see what Paisley's doing. I'm going to go run to the store and grab a few items. And like I said, I'll go to Petco tomorrow. I'll take Paisley on a walk. Maybe I'll take a picture of that. You guys have a great night. Be safe. All right, COVID is real. All right, Uncle Mo is real as well. Uncle Momentum. Peter Schrager knows because he steals it from me on a daily basis. You guys wash your hands. Be safe. And like I said, I'll be back. 6 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow. I got one question for you. Who you know talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Quality over quantity. The best fans on planet Earth. The Fanatic family. Groovy Gus, the MVP of the chat, got a Valentine from Holly Hundo. My night is complete. I love you guys and appreciate you guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Gang, love you.